I want what you white hoes get, and I want it today, ASAP, not tomorrow.
Because there are a lot of people in this country who do not like Black women, but Black women are the base of the Democratic Party.
But Black power starts with Black women. It just does.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for Black women? Yes. I love Black women. I don't like y'all niggas. This is an easy decision to make. Sorry.
I am being so serious when I say this. I am being so fucking serious when I say this. If one more bad thing, if one more piece of bad news about, if one more negative experience happens for Megan Thee Stallion, I am going to do something drastic. I'm going to end up in the history books with all of the greats, and not the good greats, the bad ones. If she gets so much as a sinus pressure migraine, I'm going to start a fucking war. I don't know anyone less deserving of this much bad shit happening. All my lady has done the last 8 months, by the way, is fucking work. She just works, minds her business, and tries to save the fucking world when she can. I am being so serious when I say
You listen to Guys and Beats.
We're happy that Klay Thompson is not with Meg Thee Stallion because we don't believe you whores in society should ever get rewarded with a successful, happy relationship. We think you should be back on the streets. Street meat should never be confused for filet mignon. We don't care how much money you done made. If you done been giving away the pussy like government cheese, you're never supposed to be in a happy relationship. Hoes and happy households do not go together. And when we see...
Put a 1 in the chat if you guys agree with academics right here. Hoes and happy households do not go together. Who believes in these ideas? Who understands this to be true? Hoes and happy households do not go together. Is DJ Academics cooking or not?
Some nigga f it up and start to make people think that's what's going on, we be hating. You're right. So once we see the natural order of things come back, the chick that her nickname in the industry is double cup, two of them things, double cups, 2 cups of Henny. We don't want to see no successful relationship with Shorty. I'm sorry to tell you. Because you know why? The rest of you scallywags tell us when we tell y'all we don't want to wife you because you got 30 bodies by the age of 23. We tell you that, yo, hey, all of this, you've been outside, you fucking 10 niggas, 5 of them promoters, 3 scammers. You're not eligible for a relationship. You know what y'all tell us? Look at Klay Thompson. Look at Russell Wilson.
And that is actually a good point. Even here's the problem, right? Yeah, you know what? You can say that, plenty of hoes are in happy households or whatever. You can say that, and that might be true on a case-by-case basis, right? But I think what the problem is, and this is why we have a gender war, right? That comment, that attitude, Ms. Cantrell, is why we gender war. And welcome to the show. Thank you guys for tuning in early. We got a good show for you guys today. We are back at it. Meg the Stallion and her stallions will not quit. The war is on. They are gender warring. They have dragged back Black masculinity into the conversation. And when hoes win, it's bad for the brand. I think that's the easiest way to put it. Hoes becoming happy housewives is bad for the brand, right? Because how can men then turn around and argue for standards and a level of order and decency if hoes are just winning and niggas are just cheering it on? How can we do that?
Those niggas are not real. People like, have you seen them? Like, all the men who are hating on Meg, they want to play. What are you talking about? We're just saying you only deserve dick and to be left lonely. And the moment y'all get exact, this is what y'all said y'all love anyway. Y'all said y'all love this. Y'all say y'all got wet ass pussy. Y'all got this and that. Y'all all these niggas and y'all having fun. Y'all hot girls. Why ain't y'all? We're happy with it. So when a nigga pump and dump y'all, yeah, we're happy. Your Fruit Jams in the chat. What up?
I think he on to something. I think he have a point. We can beg to differ, but ultimately it's bad for the brand. All right. Somebody has to hold the line for standards and decency, and it's not going to be the women. Women don't believe holding lines against standards and decency. You know what I mean? And there's always going to be men who come along to support them. And this is why we're here today.
As we saw on TikTok, is divided between Black women and men. Stephen A. Smith made a comment about this, about Megan, and so did Cameron and Mace.
Niggas be like, yo, Klay Thompson fumble Meg the Stallion, and then we got to sit here and fake be careful with our words so that niggas don't feel offended. You rap about being a hoe. Bad rappers fuck you, and then Klay Thompson fumble. But we got to be politically correct. Status say, no, I don't think so. This is one of the things. The name of my song is called Wet Ass Pussy, right? Then she promotes having wet ass pussy and fucks mad other rappers, and then get with a nigga, he don't want to be monogamous and he fumble. What's the thinking? I don't know the thinking.
And she said he's supposed to settle down. How's he going to settle down if she preaching?
I just feel like you know who you decide to date. Like, it's not like it was a secret. It's not like anything was hidden. That was always her career. That was always her song. If that's not something that you wanted to be part of, you didn't have to date the girl.
And don't be mad when I decide to leave.
These rappers need to stop. These are the same rappers that when they get brought up and indicted on charges, they don't want us to take their lyrics to mean what they really live, right? These are the same people that defend other rappers when they get into trouble. We're supposed to ignore their lyrics. So if you want to go by that standard, then you too should ignore the lyrics of a woman that talks about sexual liberation. I don't know if she said.
No, that's actually bullshit. That's some bullshit. Because as of right now, your rap lyrics can be held against you in a court of law. All right, this is precedent. All right. We standing on precedent with these hoes. All right, your rap lyrics can be held against you in a court of law. In a court of public opinion, anything goes. Is all I'm saying.
She's a hoe. She's kind of like, I cut them off if they, you know, when they act in a way, I get mine. We know of 9 people that Megan had been with. Okay, 9 people. As a third.
9. It's crazy how this Meg Thee Stallion thing brings all these other little talking points together. You know, body count, making a hoe into a housewife. You black men don't protect black men, hate black women. All these threads start coming together now because 9 that we know of sounds like a lot. It's like double fisting.
31-year-old, very famous, wealthy entertainer. A lot of these guys' mothers ran through way more than this. If you really want to be real, think about all the songs.
Whoa. Why you had to drag niggas' mothers into this? Hold up. Just because Meg got a confirmed kill list of at least 9, you're going to drag every nigga's mom into this? You see what I mean? And then these bitches get mad when you say something.
Shirley, what is it? Shirley,
this is Barbara. Shirley, this is
Barbara. Your mom were not virgins when they got pregnant with you. And I just want them to be careful how they're labeling this woman, like, because she's like, so when a woman like owns her sexuality and is boldly talks about her sex, they automatically think that they can devalue said woman based on that. Meanwhile, I can probably bet my house Cameron, Mace, all these men have way, like, hundreds of more lovers than this, right? But we're not supposed to throw them away. Yes, it's a double standard. I get it. But like,
hold on, but women don't have the same rules for men, right? You notice how body count is never a male issue. Even among women, you really don't hear women talking about body count. You know, DiCaprio gets him a new 25-year-old every 2 years. Nobody ever questions body count. It's really it's a uniquely female phenomenon.
They have charges. They've had other allegations against them. And somehow Black women still find a way to give them grace and to be able to go to bat for them. And it just seems like all a woman has to do is be known to have been with more than 2 men, right? Mm-hmm. Or be very embracing of their sexuality, and they are worth discarding. And I just want to see Black men get more to a point where they're being more protective over women. And
the problem is you don't believe there's any good reason to like discard Black women or any woman for that matter. The way they talk, there's never a good reason to be upset with a woman. And so it's like there's just no standard at all. You're not allowed to hold the line on anything.
The same thing y'all want from us, sometimes the only thing y'all want from us, when we give it to you, now we ain't worth a damn. We ain't worth shit. And I think that's a problem.
All right, Raindrops, if you want to watch more of that video.
No. And notice how it's always this like very open public alliance between straight women and the gay community. They literally form up like Voltron and try to tell the men, all the straight men, that they're doing masculinity wrong. Like literally women and gay men teaming up to tell straight men that you're doing this man thing wrong. Like the most ironic partnership trying to fix masculinity, if you think about it. Women who've been like scorned by men or openly hate men, high-fiving men who like have romantic affairs with other men and telling the rest of the men who don't do that type of shit, you guys are doing it wrong. Strange times we live in. Strange times we live in.
About Klay Thompson or Megan Thee Stallion. What I care about is the evil that it has revealed in the average man. Anytime something happens to a Black woman, especially a Black woman, it reveals the nature of men. Men cannot wait for something bad to happen to a Black woman, especially when it's in relationship to a man. The message is very clear. These men do not think that Black women are deserving of love and respect. It doesn't matter who the Black woman is, the conversation is always the same. Sierra and Russell Westbrook, Lori Harvey and Michael B. Jordan. Men get aroused at the pain and suffering of women. They initiate this humiliation ritual every chance they get, no matter if it's
a humiliation ritual. That's a crazy word to use for it. Are Black men engaging in a type of humiliation ritual? That feels like a heavy word for a chick who obviously has issues. That's a big word for you, young lady. I feel like the humiliation ritual is too much for you. I don't think you understand what you're talking about.
the woman broke up with the man, or the man broke up with the woman, or if the woman's a baby mama, it doesn't matter. Men initiate this 2-week-long humiliation ritual, degradation ritual, where they drag the woman for filth, call her every name in the book, and tell us how they believe that she's undeserving of love and respect. Black men will continue to suffer. There is no hope for Black men in America until they learn how to respect Black women. This is a spiritual prophecy that I'm going to drop upon you.
Yo, hold up. It's Sunday morning and we are getting spiritual prophecies, y'all. We are getting prophecies on the mountaintop. You ain't know she was a prophetess, y'all.
A lot of people seem to not understand me.
Science proves that the Black woman is God. We're not just saying that.
And the Black and Latino woman, they manifested themselves out of dark matter energy. All right.
I believe the Black woman is God.
Black woman, God. I don't believe God, no man. I believe God, a Black woman.
The Black woman is God.
But my number one subject matter is the Black woman is God. That's first and foremost.
Black woman is God.
The Black woman is still God.
You're God, Black woman.
The Black woman is God. She is the creator. She is the sustainer. She is the provider. She is the first teacher of the children. She is everything to the Black race.
But don't get it wrong. I am still a white man's whore.
Till Black men do right by Black women, there is no hope for Black men anywhere.
She just hit us with the color purple curse, y'all. It is 2026 and we still getting hit with the color purple curse. She gonna raise her crooked fingers at me like I'm Danny DeVito. I'm Danny Glover. Until you do right by me, you ain't gonna have nothing good.
You will continue to suffer. You will continue to be systemically oppressed. You will continue to fail. Because women are the backbones of society. There can be no more Black men without Black women. So you can continue to disrespect Black women and eradicate yourselves, because that is what will happen.
Do you understand? It's like a game of reproductive chicken. Women in general, like you hear like white liberal women say this, I'm not reproducing under Trump's patriarchy. I'm not bringing more people in this world. Like women are really playing a game of like reproductive chicken. It's like, let me thought it up until I feel like stopping, or I'm just going to end everybody. All right. No more people. And then they wonder why they've always been oppressed everywhere throughout history. It's shit like that.
Black men and Black women will cease to exist. So be it. But I want you to know that is a direct consequence of how Black men continue to disrespect Black women in this nation.
Yeah, and that's a great point. Like, ain't y'all already low-key ending the race with just going to the clinic? Like, Black men have nothing to do, well, maybe a little bit, but Black men are not the reason why y'all going to the clinic, getting all these babies health cared away from you. But they really are willing to end the race. They are like, you know what? If you don't let me have all of my freedoms, then nobody deserves to live. If I can't thought it up, nobody lives. They're really like terrorists. They really are like terrorists. I'm starting to think the Taliban might have been the good guys in a certain type of way. You know what? That's how far gone we've come, right? That's how far we've come. I'm considering the possibility maybe the Taliban were kind of the good guys, at least in some ways, right? Not everybody's perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? But on some levels, maybe they really were the good guys. Like, I'm really considering that no women talking law that they just passed, genius.
I'm done with you. I don't feel the need to continue to address stupidity. I already been paying the average black man dust. The average black man gets no love from me, no respect from me, no grace from me. I love my people. I love black men, but the
what
black man does the stupidity. I already been paying the average black man dust. The average black man gets no love from me.
You've been paying dust? Is that a new thing? Is that a new type of Negro currency? She says she's been paying the average black man dust. Is that like a type of currency in black love? You paying niggas dust?
The average black man does the stupidity. I already been paying the average black man dust. The average black man gets no love from me, no respect from me, no grace from me. I love my people. I love black men, but the average black man is a disgrace. You are. The hate that you have for your mothers, your sisters, the women in your community is unfounded.
It's been a really active week in anti-black man content. There's just been a lot of content coming out with these this anti-black man, especially you straight niggas. The gay niggas got the, they clicked up with the women. They figured out how to be better men by being gay, so they're safe. The gays are safe. But all the rest of you straight black men, you guys I'm hearing it straight from the gays. Straight black men are the cancer of black America. We went from being the white man of black people. They like 5-7 years ago, they said that straight black men are the white people of black people. And that was offensive to most, not to, me. I'm like, okay, by your own black rules, that's an upgrade, but whatever. But then they said, now you niggas are just cancer.
And I don't even know if the black straight male collective can even answer this question because their egos tend to be so fragile. How is it we are raising boys with these fragile ass egos that feel it is okay to slam girls on their head for saying no? Why is it that we have to make the females of the community make all the adjustments? It's not fair. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. The community make all the adjustments. It's not fair. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community.
Yeah. They talks a lot of what I'm telling you, they got a lot to say, man. It's crazy.
Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go. Your issue is not a trans woman.
They are forming an anti-straight black male alliance. All right. They're forming like some type of weird LGBTQ brown plus Avengers. The gay Avengers, y'all. It's black women and the gay Avengers.
Straight black men are the cancer of the black community. That's where it starts and that's where it stops. Ladies, I'm here to tell y'all something. All this shit that y'all got going on, some of y'all, not all of y'all, with the gays and with the trans, let it go. Your issue is not a trans woman. Your issue is not a punk or not a sissy. Your issue is all of our issue. Straight black men.
The standards that are set here have been set really by me.
Notice how it's all the people who want to fuck black men teaming up to keep niggas down. Don't you find that a bit suspicious? Don't you think there's something a little bit strange about that? All the people that literally want to fuck black men want to team up to keep niggas down. It's like the women and the gays are teaming up to bend niggas over. I know it's a terrible image, but what am I to make of what I just saw right there, right? How else am I to like rationalize what just played out on the screen? The women and the gays want to team up and bend the niggas over. And they're not even being shy about it. It's not even like the 80s where they were all secretive and closeted about it. No, they're out. It's 2026. They're loud and they're proud, and they want you niggas to bow down. If you don't bow down, you must hate black women.
Just like I said, like, I want to say like a week ago, or just really for months, since I've had this fucking channel, black men only come together in community to defend their bullshit. Usher deciding to go on tour with Chris Brown after what he said, after the comments he made regarding Diddy, the fraternity and the members of that fraternity, because I know like not all the members of that fraternity agree with Roland Martin, but a lot of black men that are part of these fraternities that are about service and uplifting the community and all this other shit, that are in agreement with that man killing his fucking wife and kids and want to focus on the man he was, or they thought he was. The way that like some of our greatest leaders.
Now, again, it's been a rough week in the sense that we've had a couple of high profile domestic homicides pop up recently. The guy in Virginia, he's like a government official. And then there was some guy down in Louisiana or Florida, somewhere in the South. It was like a whole family thing. It was terrible. But here's the problem with hanging that strictly on the heads of men, right? Violence is high across the board in black love. And this is why I refuse to just be uniquely held responsible for black domestic violence as a man, when black men have to deal with the most violent women that have ever been born. I mean, you literally got to go back into like the jungles to get women that are just statistically more violent than black American women. We pulled up the numbers. Black American women are more homicidal on average than white men, all right? Generally, per 1,000, you can expect more homicides coming from a black woman.
I've been exposed for being misogynist.
And you niggas want to be in love. It's crazy.
And predators and not teaching their wives how to fucking read. I'm still not going to get over that, Douglas. It's like, when I say black men have a history and a pattern of not defending black women and quite literally fucking us over, all of this shit is like proof of that. Black men, and it's crazy because I asked y'all to name 5 black men that are going viral for doing something positive right now. And not even a day went by before we got the Serena Fairfax video. Like, if you go look at the date, I said black men are only going viral for bullshit and coming in community to defend bullshit. And literally in that same week, in a few days, we see black men coming together to do what? Defend other violent black men. What a straight fucking face. What a straight fucking face. And mind you, you notice it's not just the Pookie and Ray Rays. These are educated black men.
They're not saying what have I been telling you for the last week, all right? The new vibe is there are no good men, only good times. Okay? Say it with me, guys. There are no good men left, only good times. Right? That's even the educated guys, even the guys with jobs and degrees and careers and houses and 401ks and health insurance, them niggas suck too. They're all shitty. There are no good men left, only good times.
Part of organizations making public statements on very public platforms in front of mixed company to show their hate for black women. Yeah. Yes, they're all coming together to show their love and for the hate of black women and how they are not going to fucking defend us, even when a man kills all 8 of.
Why do free, unattached women deserve to be defended by just random men? Like, they never really connect that, right? What was the price of, I think being undefended in the world is the price of your freedom. And maybe you didn't read the fine print when you got your freedom papers, but you're free now. No one is owed. I mean, you're not. No one owes you defense. No one owes you their fealty.
Your children, of their children. Being a Black woman trying to build community with Black men is a fucking joke. It's like it's talking to a brick fucking wall. Because what the fuck is that? And
maybe you shouldn't try to build community. I know it sounds crazy, right? But you got to start at like first principles, right? You're trying to build community with all these men that you have no intention on even touching. Try to build family. Start there, all right? Try to build family and then be friends with other men and women who have also built family. And community will just naturally happen out of that. But you just trying to build community, that's literally trying to fly the plane while you're building it.
I have been seeing videos of Black men calling that bullshit out and calling out the behavior, but not enough. And if you look at the comments of the Black men that are all calling out the behavior, the comments are filled with nothing but Black women. There are no Black men to be found. This is a crisis.
And you know, the thing is, as much as women like her will tell you, oh, there are no good Black men, there are no Black men to defend us. You ever notice how even like the educated simps are like effectively invisible to all of these women? How is it these men never pop up in their minds when they think that they're unloved and undefended? There is an army of these niggas, but they're like invisible.
One thing this Meg Thee Stallion situation has showed me is that there's a weakness in the Black community that needs to be eradicated, bro. And it's something that I see across the board, but it's way more prevalent amongst us as Black men. And not only how we engage with the rest of the community, but also how we engage with one another as well. Because when you got a group of Black men who got more static for a Black woman they do not know personally, and someone who was actually done wrong in the situation, not the person doing wrong to someone else, than they do against our own oppressors, we got ourselves a fucking problem, bro. I don't know what it is with niggas having this mentality like it's okay to be ruthless when engaging with.
You know what, Red Illusion? That's a great point. Red says simps never get credit. They are eunuch warriors, nameless war boys. You know what? Black male simps really are the unsung heroes of the community. And they don't get enough shine. Black male simps never get the credit they deserve, all right? Niggas buying extra backpacks, buying extra McDonald's, buying more Lunchables, buying more diapers, buying extra chicken wings and shit like that. Black male simps never get the credit they deserve. Every time something goes wrong, all these Black women on the internet, they literally forget about the army, an actual, a veritable army, like a standing army of Black male simps ready to die, ready to jump in front of a bullet, to lay their chest on a landmine, throw their jacket over a muddy puddle. They literally have armies of men out there waiting to defend them on every issue. But as soon as something happens, these bitches get on the internet and say, there's no Black men that protect us.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for Black women? Yes. I love Black women. I don't like y'all niggas. It's an easy decision to make. Sorry.
Like, no bullshit. Think about it. Niggas like me talk about Black male simps way more than the Black women that are actually the direct benefit and recipient of all the simp juice, right? Black women never honor their simps, and they wonder why things go poorly for them. You bitches need to honor your simps. This nigga right here, y'all, somebody got to sit on this nigga lap. He done earned it. All right, one of you bitches got to take the bullet and sit on this nigga lap. He done earned something.
Our own community, but want to be diplomatic and docile in the face of our own oppressors. Y'all get real good at having conflict resolution skills when it come to dealing with one of these racist ass O-face when they disrespect you. Y'all want to give them space. Y'all want to give them multiple chances. You want to walk away from situations, the whole nine. You want to be the bigger person. But a nigga bump you in the store and you quick to tell him how he gonna die. Y'all real quick to rush to the phones to get a black woman fired on here when she tell y'all the truth about black men in therapy. But y'all quiet when it comes to calling your local politicians in regards to environmental racism, or going out here and putting the energy towards finding these missing black kids, or feeding your community members who can't afford food. A black woman get on here and tell y'all the truth and your feelings get hurt, you want to act like a white woman. But one of these corporations come in here and choking out your entire community with pollution, you ain't got shit to say. It's fucking pitiful, dog. Grown-ass men circle jerking each other, congratulating, cheating. Type of lame shit is that? Just bitch-made behavior. We got way more important things to worry about than that, and this is what y'all choose to rally behind.
I'm telling you, they got a whole army of these niggas. It's like a never-ending supply. You guys remember like those little green G.I. Joe toys we used to have as kids back in the day? You just set them up. They never moved. You couldn't like pose them or nothing. They were just little G.I. Joe, not even G.I. Joe, just little green army men action figures, right? And you can get them like a bag of like 50 or 100 for like $2 or something like that, right? That's basically how black male simps are in the community. These niggas there's just an overabundance of little plastic green army simp niggas, and they never run out. They never, ever, 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 ever run out of these niggas. But like I said, they are also the unsung heroes in the black community, because black women never like honest. They never honestly like shout out all the black male simps to get on the line and literally fall on the sword or the spear. Black men, they fall on the spear for Keisha.
I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Meg Thee Stallion. I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Megan Thee Stallion. I wish black men hated white supremacy as much as they hate Meg Thee Stallion.
An army, I'm telling you. For like $2.99, you can get like a bag of 48 of these niggas. A whole army of these niggas. And then we got to get to the king of it all. He's the king of online anti-black male simping.
This and other videos about how black men who have that status also have to take on a ton of pressure. My most vivid experiences with black male athletes were the ones where they broke down in front of me. My first and most vivid moment of dealing with male athletes was as a high school teacher and having this 6'5", 300-pound teenage boy break down and cry on my shoulder about how he didn't love football and he didn't know if he was going to make it anywhere because he was only rated as a 3-star recruit his senior year, which if you know anything about football, you know that 3-star recruits aren't guaranteed. None of them are guaranteed anything. But the lower your stars, the worse off it looks. But regardless of all that, if you ask 10 little boys between 3 and 13 what they want to be when they grow up, half of them are going to say some type of professional athlete with maybe astronaut close behind before you maybe get to 1 or 2 that say they want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or a scientist or something. This isn't because it's just that fun for those kids to play that sport at such a young age. It's also because even at that age, they can perceive how the status of being a good athlete, being seen as an elite athlete, can change the way you are treated, and they're apt to pursue that. I bring this up because this does relate to some of the things Meg stated in her IG post.
So this is Meg's infamous IG post, right? Cheating. Had me around your whole family playing house. Got cold feet. Now, cold feet is not a cue for him cheating. If he got cold feet, that means he just didn't like you. Whatever it is you wanted with him, his feet were too cold to go there with you. And then continuing, she says, holding you down through all of your horrible mood swings and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous. Bitch, I need a real break after this one. Bye, y'all.
She announced the breakup, as well as Clay's cringe hoe diary, which is that under patriarchy and due to misogyny, the byproduct of this.
Now, under patriarchy and due to misogyny, look how even as he wants to explain away the situation. He has to create this weird artifice of patriarchy and misogyny. You know, we have to make like a scaffold to build this whole bullshit around now.
And change the way you are treated, and they're apt to pursue that. I bring this up because this does relate to some of the things Meg stated in her IG post where she announced the breakup, as well as Clay's cringe hoe diary, which is that under patriarchy and due to misogyny, the byproduct of this high value, even male status is that it comes with constant attention and adoration from women. Women are not immune to patriarchy and misogyny. I hope I'm not saying anything that's controversial at this point.
So you got to understand, women liking the cool guy, the bad boy, the rich guy, whatever, women liking men is also tantamount to patriarchy and misogyny. Think about what he's saying. The nature of female mate selection is equivalent to patriarchy and misogyny. And he's not totally wrong if you think about what he's getting at. Women, by their own observable behavior, gravitates more toward men who are either and or patriarchal misogynists. What does that tell? Like, what are regular guys supposed to do with the fact that women, by the choice of their vagina moisture, they would rather have patriarchal misogyny men? And then guys like FD, he's on a mission to convince all the other men to be good little boys. How? Why should you be good little boys in the face of women who literally get drippy over patriarchy and misogyny in the men they want?
You all understand that by now. Women are raised in the same patriarchal households that men are, and are often left in charge of leading the reinforcement and tutelage of patriarchal norms in the home. So the same idealized roles that boys learn to pursue translate to girls as well. And when this is combined with misogyny and misogynoir, you start to see some really ugly patterns emerge. I'm going to try to go a little bit.
Oh, shout out to Dick Thug. This is a great comment here. Dick Thug with the $10. And everybody, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you do all of the things, every single one, all the things today. I need you to do all the things. And then make sure you support the show. Smash that super chat button. Dick Thug with the $10. I agree with you. The bully thing. I'm surprised that these simps say get over it when it comes to a black woman destroying their lives. But we have to talk about slavery, which didn't happen to us. Right. You have to constantly be focused on the fake grievance that happened to other niggas 200 years ago. But the person destroying your life, who is not a white man, by the way, ignore all of that. Ignore that for historical reasons and whatnot and so forth, y'all.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry. You not like Hulk angry. Hulk no like fighting girls.
Bit deeper here for the highly learned gender scholars in the audience with the extra letters behind your name. Please have grace with me as I break down this stuff in the video with Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion's faces on the cover. This is not meant to be the end-all be-all on gender studies. There will be no quotes of Pat Hill Collins or Judith Butler here. I'm going to do my best. Have grace. But I want to point out that under patriarchy,
notice how the gods of your chosen discipline are all old lesbians. Like, these are literally the gods of your intellectual discipline. Old, mostly childless lesbians, bro. You worship childless lesbians intellectually.
To be the end-all be-all on gender studies, there would be no quotes of Pat Hill Collins or Judith Butler here. I'm going to do my best. Have grace. But I want to point out that under patriarchy, women, all women, are not really people. They're objects, resources, at best maybe symbols, tokens. And again, this is
who's treated more like an object, really? Men or women? I mean, really, if you think about it, it's women who have a hard time understanding that men are actually people too.
what both men and women are taught, which if this is your first time hearing this, if you think about it, probably makes a lot of sense in terms of the way that we socialize boys and girls, the way that gender is engaged with and promoted on social media. You see it all the time. Similarly, manhood can also be understood through a transactional capitalist framework, aka being a normal guy versus a high value male. A term that I think everybody knows at this point. What is a high value male? According to the internet, it's a man with significant access to material resources, a good job, strong social connections, someone that can provide a woman with a soft life. You
know, one of the problems with the high value male concept is that it, you know how in math, an equation has to balance itself on both sides? Whatever is happening on the left side of the equation has to match on the right side of the equation. That's how you solve, like, you know, algebra problems and whatnot. Well, any math is really based on that principle, right? What is the actual equivalent to the high value male, meaning a high value female? If you can tell me with a list of like 5 bullet points, what makes a high value male?
Good job, strong social connections, someone that can provide a woman with a soft life.
What is a high value female, and what 5? Hell, give me 3. I'm not even going to make it as heavy as a man, right? I'll make let's say being a high value female is just naturally easier. We don't even need 3. We only need 3. You don't even have to have 5, just 3. What are the 3 bullet points of a high value female? See, these guys can never go there because automatically a lot of women get left out. No matter how you cut it, once you start cutting it, a lot of women get left out.
Seldom hear anything about a high value male in like strong character, helping raise kids, emotional maturity, loyalty. None of that comes up. It's all material access to capital, which if you think about the way capitalism works, explains why some of these niggas act the way they act. The whole point of the high value male concept and why it's so coveted in red pill manosphere spaces is because they understand that having that status allows men like Klay Thompson the freedom to set the terms of romance, even if that woman happens to be a wealthy, successful, world-class beauty superstar who's...
But wait a minute. Why are all those positives for Meg, but just a minute ago, you described them as negatives when it's a man who has these things?
With a soft life. You seldom hear anything about a high value male in like strong character, helping raise kids, emotional maturity, loyalty. None of that comes up. It's all material access.
You didn't describe Meg like that either. You literally described Meg Thee Stallion like a high value male.
Raise kids, emotional maturity, loyalty. None of that comes up. It's all material access to capital, which if you think about the way capitalism works, explains why some of these niggas act the way they act.
Now, he just made this whole anti-capital screed against men because, you know, men are just money. But listen to how he describes Meg.
The whole point of the high value male concept and why it's so coveted in red pill manosphere spaces is because they understand that having that status allows men like Klay Thompson the freedom to set the terms of romance, even if that woman happens to be a wealthy, successful, world-class beauty superstar who still managed to cook you and your whole family a Thanksgiving dinner. None of that
Bro, no bitch has ever gotten so much credit for one meal. Like, Meg Thee Stallion is getting credit for every Thanksgiving dinner since the dawn of America for this one meal. This is incredible. I didn't know one meal could be so expensive, y'all.
Shit matters. Women are not people. They're not humans. All the extra shit she does, those are just extra tokens that he can trade in and, you know, replace when necessary.
Now, let's take a break here. Let's take a break because it's not all about FD Signifier today. He's got a lot of time. Let's come back to, let's get back to the drama, y'all.
All I want to say is I wish you all cared this much about the 8 Black women and the 8 Black children that were recently murdered in the last 2.5 weeks. I wish y'all cared that much. Specifically the men who are making all the jokes, all these misogynistic posts and memes about Meg Thee Stallion, like you all are shitting on a Black woman. You all are loud and proud about shitting on a Black woman who was cheated on. You all have found a way to make AI images, to host lives, to garner feedback and engagement. But I did not see this type of push for any of the Black women who were murdered and the Black children who were murdered. Majority of them by the hands of Black men. Which lets me know y'all are not right up here. Y'all are not all the way right up here. I've even hosted lives about the Black women and Black children who recently lost their lives. I even just hosted a live about how women could protect themselves.
Now, notice how she's in her own mind connecting Black men, Meg Thee Stallion, and that whole family obliteration case that just happened last week.
From red pill tactics and how
and the red pill. And the red pill. It's a perfect storm. She tied all these threads together. Wonderful.
women can continue to find ways to keep themselves safe, because we are going through a full-blown femicide right now. I barely heard shit from the men. Heard some, but I barely heard shit from the men. Now I can't scroll 2 videos before I see another one of y'all talking about Meg Thee Stallion and Clay Thomas. It's sick. It's truly sick that this is who we have to deal with, that these are our counterparts. And you all are supposed to be the leaders of what exactly? I've never seen so many men dick slurp a man that they did not know online. But when we ask for you all to step up and speak out about the trauma going on in the community, the violations going on in the community, the harm being caused to the community members, we don't get shit. I'm truly disappointed. All I want to say is I wish you all cared this much about the 8 Black women and the 8 Black children that were recently murdered in the last.
Is it just me that finds it really uncomfortable to see just how much Black men are celebrating the downfall of Meg Thee Stallion? And I think it's coming to the reality that I'm just having to accept that Black men enjoy seeing Black women suffer. They truly do. And they'll hide it behind the need for Black women to be humbled.
Now we got foreigners in the business, y'all. This nigga's like British by way of Nigeria, worried about Meghan and Clay.
When in reality, this is just the insecurity of the Black man. This goes way deeper than just the Meg Thee Stallion and Clay Thompson situation. This is the amalgamation of the effects of the patriarchy on Black men. Because we believe that our only ability, our only way to have power, since we're not given power in wider society, is to have power over our women. When you're in a situation
outside of your own physical body, what do you think, what do they suppose Black men should have power over? The weather? What is it that Black men deserve to have power over? I'm curious, just a thought I'm throwing out there. I wonder what they think Black men should have power over outside of their own physical bodies.
where you feel powerless, you cling on to anything that gives you that power. And in recent years, I think more than ever, Black men are starting to realize Black women don't need us anymore. They don't need us anymore. They can have their own jobs, they can have their own careers, they can have their own interests, they can have their own friends. They don't need us anymore.
If the women don't need the men anymore, then why should the men care about women and their success or their failure, for that matter? Whether you rise or you fall, you're doing it without me. You don't need me on any part of it. So why should I care what happens to you? It's like you're not thinking this all the way through.
And I feel like the way that the Black man has responded to this is extremely extremely distasteful, which is just basically just say that all black women are overly sexualized or they're all ratchet.
Wow, that is an interesting thought right here. No News Podcast, he says they envy black men's freedom, including the freedom to not care. Shout out to everybody in the chat. This is a very, very heavy audience interactive driven show here, so appreciate all your comments. And I like that point. The freedom to not care. As much as black women or women in general, as much as women pretend to not care about men, ultimately it's men's indifference that really matters, right? Because it's men's indifference that'll stop the trash from getting picked up. It'll stop the pipes from getting unclogged. It'll stop the buses, literally stop the trains from running on time. If men stop caring, this whole thing falls apart. Women not caring is just an inconvenience at best.
And that, black men or XY, it's all stupid. The reality is, as black men, we are failing. We are failing. We don't protect our people. We don't protect our women, and we don't protect ourselves. And the fact that so many black men that are trying to live vicariously through Klay Thompson is absolutely cringe as fuck. That is not you. You are not a multi-time NBA champion. You live with your mum. And before the comments say, oh, she's not going to give you some, bro. I know the ladies are going to love this one. Isn't it insane that the only way you can wrap around your head that someone could stand up for a woman is that they want sex out of them? That says a lot more about you than it does about me. And I think this just speaks to a wider issue of the fact that we no longer have any standards. We have no standards for what behavior is right and wrong. How are people actually celebrating someone cheating on their long-term partner and then making fun of the person that got cheated on? It's just not just backwards. And lastly, for the guys that are going to try and mention,
didn't everybody cheat on Will Smith? Didn't everybody laugh at Will Smith for he got cheated on, right? Didn't Will Smith get cheated on? And didn't everybody laugh at Will? And Will Smith was in a much longer term relationship. He's literally married to Jada Ballhead ass. And when Will got cheated on, everybody was like, damn, bro, you look goofy. You look weak. You look like a cuck. Your wife literally cucked you with your son's homeboy, probably your son's boyfriend. Like, how did your wife cheat on you with your son's boyfriend? This is the type of shit where everybody says that about Will, right? Will got teased so hard, the only way he could reclaim his masculinity is to get on stage and slap Chris Rock in the face. And now you got Jada Pinkett, the cheater, going on a redemption tour saying that I confess so that I can make him look good. This is the bullshit that we're looking at right now. This is the bullshit in the world right now. But apparently, man bad, woman good. Shout out to Dick Thug with the 5-ball. Wait, is Lexi Brown black? Why are they complaining? Is it that it's not the black women they care about? Now it makes me want to look into Lexi Brown. Who's Lexi Brown, bro? I'm not even sure who that is. You got me confused, though. But shout out to my man Dick Thug. Hit that like button, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. Support the show while you're at it. Throw $1 in the hat.
I need that money. Give me the money. Give me the money for all that I would do. Give me the money.
that she has a history of being promiscuous and shaking her ass on videos and shit. What does that have to do with getting cheated on? If anything, that makes it worse for Klay. He knew what he was getting into in that relationship. He knew the type of person that she was. No one forced him to get in a relationship with someone that he doesn't respect. So that excuse doesn't really work.
Oh, is that the woman that he was supposed to be seeing? Oh, that Lexi Brown is the chick that Klay was cheating with, allegedly? Interesting.
Man, this conversation does not include black women. Black women stand down and stand to the side. Black men need to have a kumbaya amongst themselves, and I'm gonna niche this out a little more. And it's heterosexual black men. I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but I'm gonna say it out loud with my whole chest. Straight black men are the cancer of the black community.
Doing my morning walk, and I'm sitting here just thinking about what that man just said.
And he's absolutely right.
God damn. Didn't I tell you there's an army of these niggas? They're on sale. Cheaper by the dozen, too. You get like a bag of 72 for like $3.
There's a privilege with being a black man. While, yes, I agree that black men are disrespected, that we are, treated unfairly, and we are looked on to provide and produce in every arena while not accepting our humanity. I think that's definitely true. But it still does not compare to the disrespect and the overwhelming way that black women are treated. They're still treated worse than us. And that's not up for debate. It is what it is.
What do you mean treated worse? When was the last time the world rallied to a black man's defense the way they rally around Meg Thee Stallion? Like, I'm not even going to put Kevin Samuels out there. Like, let's say y'all legitimately hated Kevin for a reason, fine. Look how they talked about Kobe when Kobe died. Like, the only black man to get even half or anything like the automatic universal defense that Meg Thee Stallion gets, guess who gets all the love? George Floyd. No black man outside of George Floyd has gotten the automatic universal defense that Meg Thee Stallion is getting right now. You literally got to die with a boot on your neck and a mouthful of dope to get the cover that black women are giving Meg Thee Stallion, and black men too, by the way. You literally got to be fentanyl Floyd to get all the universal love. A bitch just tried to burn Martin Luther King house down like 2 years ago. 2 years ago, trying to burn down Martin Luther King house. I thought that was supposed to be sacred ground. I thought that was holy ground.
The problem is what he's saying is correct, because we have men who not only have fragile egos, but rather be right than fix what the problem is.
You niggas rather be right. And sometimes that's really a problem. That's a very male-oriented problem. Would you rather be right or would you rather have a woman? Like that's literally the bargain. That is literally the bargain. That's why I said earlier, like a lot of these women, they kind of behave like terrorists with the whole race, really. Like, if you don't let me have what I want, then I'm not going to make more people. Like, would you rather be right or would you rather have a woman? And so now it's like, well, you know what? I'd rather have a woman. And this is why everything is awful. This is literally why everything is shit right now. Because nobody wants to just be right. Nobody wants to hold the line. Would you rather be right or would you rather have a woman? No. And this is actually more brutal, because it really, to just make it about have a woman kind of trivializes it on a certain level, because, bitches are trivial. Would you rather be right or would you rather see your kids? Would you rather be right or would you rather see your children? Think fast, nigga. Think fast. The bitch ain't got all day. That's how it goes. Shout out to my man Kill Bonner with the $2 super chat. FD signifier and masculinity do not belong. Yeah, we're going to come back to FD in a minute. I ain't forget about that, nigga.
But I want to address this simping allegation. Do I simp for black women? Yes. I love black women. I don't like y'all niggas. It's an easy decision to make. Sorry.
We have men who will literally defend black men's mental health while destroying, defaming, and disrespecting the black women who were murdered by these black men. We have black men who, on the eve of the breakup of Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson, who will sit and say that Meg Thee Stallion was the issue and they should have broken up. And they're rappers who are saying, well, she rapped about being a whore. Are you a clown? Because you rapped about the same exact thing. And yet you don't want a woman to treat you that way. But somehow, because of her music, her art form, she deserved to be disrespected and done like so many other Black women. And it's crazy because what are y'all defending when we're supposed to be the protector of our Black women? And y'all continuously show, which I try to defend, that you guys are the antithesis to the Black woman.
The what? The who?
That you guys are the antithesis. That you guys are the antithesis. That you guys are the antithesis.
You don't even know what we are, nigga. Just making shit up now.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
To the Black woman. He right, man. We got to do better. And it's our job as Black men who do respect Black women and do want to do right for Black women. It is our job to stand up for them and to be that voice. Now, I think that it's the 17% that did not vote for Kamala Harris. Y'all tell me what you think. I believe because there's 80% of Black men who marry Black women. There are 80% of us who voted for Vice President Kamala Harris. I think that it's not us. I think it's the 17% who are loud and just have a boisterous platform. But this
he trying to do the he wants to do the I'm a good Black man, I'm not like those niggas over there move. That's the good Black man spin move right there.
stuff is disgusting and sick, and it's really hurtful, man. We got to do better as Black men, and it's no excuse. It's just no excuse. There's no way that you can hear what that man said or what a lot of these Black women are trying to tell us, and act like they're the problem.
Told you, it's an army of these niggas. But you know what? I got to give shout out to my man Stephen A. Smith for always cooning right on time. My man Stephen A. held the line, y'all. Stephen A. Smith was holding the line.
That he was single before you and that, you know, he liked being single. Now, I ain't here to tell a man's business because I would never do that. Because I'm asking, why is she telling his business? See, that's where I want the ladies to listen. I'm sick and tired of what's going on in this world. I'm not saying whatever she felt was wrong. I don't know what happened in their relationship. Don't want to know. Ain't none of my damn business. Ain't none of y'all's either. But Megan Thee Stallion made it so this Saturday night. Why? Why we got to dog the brother out? Why?
That's what I want to know, Stephen A. That is what why? Why we got to dog the brother out? Look, y'all get really uptight and sensitive about Megan Thee Stallion and her body count. Why we got to put his business out there, huh? Huh?
Is there a wedding that I missed? We ain't heard from Clay. What if Clay said it was you? What if Clay said that you was out there getting your freak on? He didn't do nothing, you did. Are we gonna act like women are incapable of stepping out on dudes? But these women just chirping all over the damn place, telling everybody like you on The View or you looking for an interview with Oprah.
Stephen A. Smith is definitely not running for president. You're not running for president the way you talking. What these women, oh shit, that's not how a presidential candidate talks right there, bro. Stephen A. Smith, I see what you're doing. You like, you know what? I'd rather tell the truth. I'd rather be me than run for president. Because you can't run for president and start out saying shit like, these women just out here just chirp.
These women just chirping all over the damn place, telling everybody like you on The View or you looking for an interview with Oprah. What did he do to deserve you all of a sudden going on Front Street, Page 6, TMZ, or wherever the hell else to tell the world? How come you couldn't just say it didn't work out? Why you got to tell the business?
It was Instagram, Steve. She put it up on the gram, bro. She took that shit to the gram because that's where everybody puts all their Black news. If you want Black people to hear it quick, you got to put it on the gram.
I mean, the truth is, in your song, I think you said, I want the niggas, I don't know what the fuck, I want the niggas you got or some shit. We all know that I ain't never wanted none of your niggas. It was really, come to find out,
How come Meg Thee Stallion own homegirls keep saying she ain't shit? No, you know, the other day I was saying how none of her ex-men talk positively about her. You don't have any ex that was like, damn, I let a good one go, right? Nobody that ever slept with Megan Thee Stallion has ever said, I let a good one go. And no ex-female friend of Megan Thee Stallion has ever said, I let a good friend go. Nobody that used to know you still likes you.
I mean, the truth is, I mean, in your song, I think you said, I want the niggas, I don't know what the fuck, I want the niggas you got or some shit. We all know that I ain't never wanted none of your niggas. It was really, come to find out, your ass was fucking with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you supposed to be my best friend. We laugh at bitches that do that shit to each other. We not supposed to do that shit to each other. I mean, the truth is, I mean, in your song, I think you said,
And this is my last video on Megan Thee Stallion because I'm genuinely getting so upset thinking about it. This is going to sound very parasocial, but I would have rather been cheated on than Megan Thee Stallion be cheated on because, and that sounds crazy, but
Hold up now.
this is going to sound very parasocial, but I would have rather been cheated on than Megan Thee Stallion be cheated on because, and that sounds crazy, but
She wants to take the bullet for Meg. She like, Clay, it could have been me. You could have been cheating on me, Clay. Why'd you have to hurt Megan like that? She really wanted to take the bullet for Meg.
I just feel like I would have taken that for her than for her to deal with that on top of everything else in life she's already dealt with. This woman does not have a mother, a father, and no siblings. Like, she doesn't have really any familial presence to help guide her through these things or just like be present during the healing process. And on the outside looking in, to me, when it comes to Klay Thompson, Megan thought she found her forever. She thought like, oh, like I'm going to get married and then I have a mom and dad again because.
Yeah, why they keep saying that? Like, y'all really wanted her to adopt that man whole family. Out here trying to adopt the orphan and shit. Like, you are 40 years old. Ain't nobody trying to adopt the whole 40-year-old orphan. Bitch, stop.
A lot of people get married and their partner's family becomes their family too. And so I'm just like, not only is it just like, oh, she got cheated on, it's just like, I didn't have a family and you gave me a family again. And I felt like that familial presence and that sense of belonging. I spent holidays with you guys, you know? And you snatched that away whenever you cheated. Like it would, the stakes were just higher with her. And I'm just like, I would have rather, like if I could, I would take that pain away from Megan. I would have rather been cheated on than her because I have a solid familial.
You know, this whole Meg Thee Stallion thing reminds me of back in the 90s when Waiting to Exhale came out. You guys remember the whole Waiting to Exhale craze? Right now, all the Megan Thee Stallion fans on the internet, oh, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna cry, I'm not gonna shed no tear. This is like the whole Waiting to Exhale moment all over again. They are all having like a collective meltdown. They all just feeling bad for Megan for no good reason and shit. It's just Waiting to Exhale 2.0. No bullshit. Like, you really don't see a lot of, well, maybe you do. The internet crash out is starting to become a modern feature. This is the feature of modern public life right now. But this really is reminding me of that whole Waiting to Exhale moment. They just all imagine themselves to be Whitney Houston getting cheated on or some shit like that. No, who was it, Whitney? No, it was, damn, it was Whitney Houston. Damn. And we used to love Whitney Houston. Whitney was the last of my favorite black women. The last good black woman died with Whitney Houston. And she was coked out too. It was tragedy.
Presence. I have parents, I have siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. Like I have tons of people to be present while I'm dealing with heartbreak. And so I just
wow, that's deep. No News podcast says, I hated that movie. Chicks in high school took that movie out on us. Yo, that really was low-key the color purple of our generation. Like, women my mom's age, they had the color purple. They had they had Oprah in her prime. They had Danny Glover at his peak, angry black man self. Like, women of my mom's age, they had the color purple. And then not too long after that, they had the women of Brewster's Place to double down on that shit. It was like a modern day retelling of the color purple, basically. Every man in that fucking movie was an ain't shit nigga. But my generation, when I came along, yeah, I was pretty much in like probably 8th or 9th grade or some 10th grade, maybe by the time. I think I was in high school by the time that came out too. And that's why I remember it. That was a whole moment. That whole waiting to exhale moment, I'm telling you, that was the color purple of our generation. And now we got Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson.
Deal with that heartbreak that Megan Thee Stallion is. And then on top of that, everything else she's been through in life, I have not been through all of that. And I'm just like, damn, I just feel like watching her, it's like every time this girl seemingly recovers and gets back on her feet, it's just like, boom, another fucking blow. And like, I just feel like all of her blows are big blows. It's like, damn, like she not.
You see, that's why I like you, Miss Cantrell. Miss Cantrell, you never seen the color purple. No one, this is why we get along. Because you have no idea what that shit's about.
Taking no little hits. Like, she's just taking straight big ass blows to the face. And I'm like, goodness gracious. And yeah, so I don't know. I feel really sad for her. But I'm really angry for her because at the end of the day, it's like, Klay, you could have left her the fuck alone. Like, if you wanted to cheat and still, you didn't think you could be monogamous, you don't have to ask somebody to be your girlfriend. Just keep dating all the women that you're dating. Like, no one put a gun to your head and said, make me your girlfriend. And it's so, I don't know, I'm just really sad for my girl. And I hope that she gets through it. Because
I'm telling you, man, this is waiting to exhale. I was your lover and your secretary, working every day of the week. Was at the job when no one else was there, helping you get on your feet. That's exactly how that post from Meg Thee Stallion was reading, by the way. She really wrote about that nigga like she was from Waiting to Exhale. But I was standing by you during your mood swings in the NBA season. That was the Waiting to Exhale song. 11 years I sacrifice, and you would leave me at the drop of a dime. This is the Waiting to Exhale story all over again. These bitches are having a Whitney Houston moment.
To her, this is much more than a breakup. She lost essentially a family too, again. So it's just like, this is just really traumatic. And then on top of all that, just like the cherry on top is that, like, there are like tons, like millions of people praying on Megan's downfall. It's just like scary. And I'm sure there are people praying on my downfall, like maybe like 3 or 4. But I can deal with them 3 or 4. I can't imagine like the weight of the world and just like everywhere I go, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, it's just like hella men just like, you got what you deserved. Like, people are like going out their way to.
It's really hard being a woman on the internet right now. The last like 4 or 5 days have been really, really rough for women on the internet. God. What a time.
Like, be nasty to this woman. It's just like weird. I don't know. I just know she's dealing with a lot. And I don't really know what people's goal is in like piling it on for her. So I don't know. I'm praying for you, Megan, and I hope you get through it though.
Praying for Megan. All right. Prayers up for the Stallion, y'all. Even the Stallion needs love too. You thought she was just out there all wild and free, roaming the countryside, eating apples and pears and shit. Nope, Stallions need love too. Shout out to True Hype with the $2 super chat, as if people can't do bad things to bring on bad moments. I mean, hey, the internet, women of the internet just don't like the idea that men don't want to see a hoe win. That's really what it boils down to. Men, as a class, as a group, men have deemed Meg Thee Stallion a hoe, and we have decided that as much as it is in our capabilities, we will prevent hoes from winning. All right, unless it's the strip club. Unless you are literally in the strip club, we do not believe in hoes winning. Hoes are supposed to win $1 bill at a time, the old-fashioned way. This new shit is unacceptable.
How you feel about Megan Thee Stallion overall, from everything in her life, is a good litmus test for how you think about relationships.
How you think about women?
How you think about women?
Starting with women.
How you think about so many things.
Oh
you
my
want to
God.
date a nigga?
Now Meg Thee Stallion is going to be used as the litmus test. First, it was Kevin Samuels, right? Like, and this actually came up for me one time. I remember a girl I had just started talking to was like, you listened to that Kevin Samuels? Like, oh, what the hell? Like, you know, right away, this is not going to go long, you know? I'm still going to smash because I don't like to leave no food on the table. But I knew I would not be coming back to get another plate. You know what I mean? Like, you brought that up. That's crazy work. You would just bring, now they're going to bring up, so how you feel about Meg Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson? And so right away, you know, look, you can smash, but don't come back for another plate.
How you feel about Megan Thee Stallion overall, from everything in her life, is a good litmus test for how you think about relationships.
How you think about women?
How you think about women?
Starting with women.
How you think about so many things. You want to date a nigga? First thing, before they bring the bread, tell me what you think about Megan Thee Stallion.
Right. No questions about like family. What do you do for work? What are your aspirations? You know, what would you do if you could be doing? Like, what's your dream career? You know, none of the typical things that two people trying to figure out life together want to ask each other. You know, all the traditional dating questions. Where's your favorite place to go? What kind of restaurants do you want to eat at? You know, well, all this typical stuff of just dating minutia, right? None of that shit. It's like, do you think Clay was wrong for cheating on Meg? And why? I need an answer 100 words or less right now. You basically got to like write out a college essay now on dates or something. It's getting awful out here. It's getting really awful.
From Tory Lanez to Klay Thompson. Guarantee you that's going to tell you what kind of man you're dealing with.
This is a great dating question now.
What are your thoughts on, I guarantee you, however you see the world, you going to find out whether they agree. And I'm not saying one way or the other, but I guarantee you you going to find out whether you agree. It might be as polarizing as who you vote for president. How you think about women in relationships is how you think about Megan Thee Stallion as a person. Guarantee you 1-to-1, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about that man or the woman, because it's not only men.
What is it supposed to tell you, though? That is like kind of a cop-out statement if you don't fill it out. Like, what is it supposed to tell you? Are you a good person if you don't support Megan? If you're not happy that city girls are up, are you a bad black man? Like, what is it supposed to tell you? I'm confused. I don't know how to read that one.
You're going to find out whether you agree. It might be as polarizing as who you vote for president. How you think about women in relationships is how you think about Megan Thee Stallion as a person. Guarantee you 1-to-1, it's going to tell you everything you need to know about that man or the woman, because it's not only men. There's women in there.
Oh, I've seen the women talk about free Tory. Girl, go to hell.
Yeah, free Tory. What's wrong with that? I mean, the nigga is in jail. I thought we believed in freeing black men from jail. What happened to that? You know, the rules for black men get so confusing. Anyway, let me go back to FD Signify. What was he talking about?
Patriarchy. Women are not valued in a way that allows them to set expectations on a man's behavior, regardless of what she brings to the table, no matter her looks, how many children she's had, her level of loyalty, whatever code words you might hear in the comment section on Lipstick Alley or your average male podcast. None of that shit matters if you are a patriarchal, high-value man. That
is Lipstick Alley a male podcast? What the hell is that about? Lipstick Alley don't even sound like a place where men go. Lipstick Alley sounds like a place where gay nightclubs populate. There's nothing but gay nightclubs on Lipstick Alley.
level of loyalty, whatever code words you might hear in the comment section on Lipstick Alley or your average male podcast. None of that shit matters if you are a patriarchal, high value man that doesn't see women as equal to you based on gender. You ever wonder why so many male athletes and rappers date the same women? It's because this is a weird homosocial thing, specifically between these types of high status, high value men.
Homosocial? Are you gay for having sex with women now? You know, the rules of homosexuality seem to change every day. I can't keep up with this shit. Did you just call these niggas some type of queer?
Why so many male athletes and rappers date the same women is because this is a weird homosocial thing, specifically between these types of high status, high value men. It's more like, exchanging Pokemon and playing cards to them. It's not treating them as.
But wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that a woman's body count makes a man gay? How am I don't know how to work this math. Jesus Christ, this is difficult. This is like high school trigonometry all over again. I don't understand these calculations, bro. How does that make them some type of queer?
How do it equivalate?
Homosocial thing, specifically between these types of high status, high value men. It's more like, exchanging Pokemon and playing cards to them. It's not treating them as humans that they're having relationships with. Is being able to brag to their peers that they bag the baddest girls within their realm, even if so many other aspects of that make little sense to regular dudes. But also regular dudes, we ain't shit either. Shit can happen. You don't need to be a rich nigga to cheat on a girl. It is what it is. But it still relates to the same framework. And this is, again, my experience, my perception. This is the B-sides, mental research. But I've always felt like regular men never cheat for external reasons. It never has much to do with their partner in question. Regular dudes cheat for an internal sense of validation. Men cheat when there's conflict in their personal life, whether the actual relationship is a problem or maybe their work life isn't going a certain way. And it's often because another woman provided them with a sense of relief or respite for whatever was troubled them.
The funny thing is we don't really know who cheated on who. We don't even know. And then for one, it kind of sounds like he just wanted to have other women and he was honest with her. He was like, you know what? I don't want to be monogamous with you no more. And she automatically called him a cheater for his being honest. And now we're just running with the label, giving all these college level dissertations about why men cheat. Because it feels good. Fuck nigga damn. Next question.
Them to not think about what's really bothering them. In my whole 40 years of life, I've never met a man who cheated with a woman who was more attractive or had more going on for her than the woman he was actually with. My personal experience, I'm sure some of y'all niggas cheat with only baddies, but I ain't seen it. Just keeping it real. And this is related to the fact that men are taught that our acts.
You know why I think that is though? Because men don't look up to cheat. Because men dating up isn't a typical dating strategy right? Generally speaking, that's not how it works for the average man at most levels. Women dating up is like water. That's just, it's a fact of life, right? And so I think it's way more common for a woman to try to find somebody that's, better in some quality, some capacity. Whereas men cheat for the ride. They don't really give a shit about trading in for a new vehicle. They just want to take the ride. Whereas I think in women's mind, that's how hypergamy and monkey branching works. You're looking for another branch to land on. Whereas I don't know that guys are looking for another branch to land on in that same way. They're literally they enjoy the swing. They just literally enjoy the swing of it.
Access and power over women is emblematic to our manhood and the value of that manhood. And if you don't unpack that, it can lead to some complicated and problematic and nonsensical ways of relating to and seeing women. And in some extremes, it can have monstrous ramifications. Apart from these silly stories.
You say men cheat down to give everyone a fair chance. That is crazy work. That is crazy work because men are benevolent like that, all right? Men are benevolent creatures. We want everybody to have a good time. Women don't give a shit about stuff like that.
About cheating in pop stars, there's also been a lot of ugly stories of black men in the media murdering their wives and girlfriends. And in some cases, even.
Here we go. Here's another nigga tying the Meg Thee Stallion situation to the black family homicide thing, to the black. What does Meg getting cheated on have to do with domestic violence, right? Somehow, one light-skinned nigga means all black men are homicidal domestic violence niggas. All he did was go get some new coochie. Why we got to talk about niggas beating up and killing their kids? Like, what that got to do with anything, bro? Come on.
Their children, with the most high-profile case probably being the former politician Justin Fairfax. When you dig in closer to his story, it goes to the facts of him losing his career due to previous sexual misconduct, going through a divorce and likely losing the custody battle. So instead of taking that L on the chin and figuring out the rest of his life, he kills his then wife with his kids in the house. And yes, this does come back to issues around patriarchy and misogyny. When you research family annihilation, there's a lot of consistent factors. The most significant ones being socioeconomic factors, all domestic and intimate.
Now, I thought this was a video about Meg Thee Stallion, but to be fair, the title of this video says it's bigger than cheating. So again, think about the heaviness of it all. Because some rich light-skinned nigga decided he didn't have to be monogamous, we now have to be lectured about domestic violence and family annihilation and how you niggas suffer from violent patriarchal impulses and shit like that. All because of one rich light-skinned nigga.
Partner violence tends to be class-based for a variety of reasons. I do want to make sure I point that out up front because people often find it more attractive and compelling to skip the systemic part and focus on individual behavior. But in that regard, other individual factors like substance abuse, access to guns, prior domestic violence incidents, them being white, I remind some of y'all of that there's always a few of y'all in the crowd that need to be reminded of that, the very European nature of this problem. But getting back on topic, one interesting factor in family side is that it's often preceded by dire economic changes that hurt a man's ability to play that patriarchal role that is idealized and standardized in society. It's men that are suddenly not high value, not breadwinners or providers that somehow decide that their entire family must go along with themselves because no one else deserves to live if they can't fulfill their patriarchal role. These are the extremes, along with the Epsteins and the Diddies and the Weinsteins and all those in that world. Those are extreme cases. And the problem with
somehow Epstein and Diddy's and Weinstein get an honorable mention in this. This is literally an all men bad video. And this is why I keep saying that phrase, you know, there are no more good men. There are only good times. Like they're literally creating this environment where the very idea of good men don't exist anymore. There are no more good men. There are only good times. Let's get back to the bitterness, y'all. TikTok bitterness is pure and unadulterated.
I'll tell you how many times I've tried to record this video because it's egregious. But I have made a terrible mistake and I need to correct it because I did not know about how deep the red pilling of black men was.
Yeah, you niggas are too red pill. It seems like the further down into the timeline we get, the more and more responsible the manosphere becomes for everything. They're going to start blaming high gas prices on the manosphere. The fact that red meat costs way too much right now is because of the manosphere. You niggas eat too much meat. Oxtail prices are through the roof, again, because, you know, you niggas eat too much red meat. Climate change is because you niggas like to drive big trucks and look cool for the ladies. They're going to start blaming everything on the manosphere.
Until the Megan Thee Stallion, Klay Thompson debacle. I did not know. I got a crash course exposure to how deep and insidious and disgusting and ignorant and bigoted and
oh, that's the good one. Spirit Airlines went out of business because of the manosphere. You niggas said it was tricking to be flying these hoes out. All of a sudden, niggas ain't flying hoes out no more, and Spirit Airlines go out of business. Don't you find that a bit suspicious, y'all? Don't you think that's a bit ironic? Niggas been calling out simps and tricking and getting flued out and flying hoes out. Next thing you know, niggas ain't flying hoes out like they used to. Spirit Airlines is out of business, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. maybe it's connected. Don't you find it a little bit odd?
Crash. I got a crash course exposure to how deep and insidious and disgusting and ignorant and bigoted and trash that bros in my culture are accepting.
Trash. You niggas is trash. Big Red called you niggas trash, y'all.
And I gotta be honest, I'm deeply ashamed. I'm like, whoa, I didn't know that so many of y'all were eating this big.
You know what? That's the great point. No News Podcast says Diddy killed the flyout game, and the first casualties are these 304s in Spirit. You know what? Thanks to Diddy, we all learned that flying hoes out is actually a federal offense now. And then Spirit Airlines went out of business. Ain't that ironic? Ain't that ironic? Flying these hoes out is technically a federal crime. You might get hit with the Mann Act. You start flying these hoes out. You gotta make that bitch pay her own bus fare now. I'm not flying you nowhere. You're gonna hit me with the Mann Act. They're gonna charge you like Black Jack Johnson. That's really what happens now. You fly these hoes out and she complain about it, they're gonna hit you with that Black Jack Johnson law. The Mann Act, transporting good white women across state lines.
Disgusting trash up. I expected better. I thought higher. And maybe it's because of the caliber of men that I'm surrounded by, because some of the bras, you can't speak for everybody because you don't know what everybody's doing, because they can be good to you, they can be trash to other people.
My man says, I'm so trash. When I order Uber, a garbage truck shows up. Shout out to all my trash niggas.
I'm not saying that, but I thought better. And now I'm going to have to rethink some things, because in just looking at some of the commentary that's over there, the vile, disgusting, dehumanizing, demoralizing, degrading, trash way that people are referring to this woman who has a broken heart.
All right. You know what, King Pix, you already admitted to being a host. I'm not even going to shame you no further than that. But this is a very strange question. I don't know why you have this type of thought on your mind. King Pix wants me to answer this question, y'all. Would you eat this woman out to save the life of all your subscribers at the Hoodservative? That is literally a moral conundrum. That's like one of those train trolley car questions. Would you throw the lever to save 8 people or 40 people? And I don't know. I don't know, man. That is a hell of a question right there. God damn it. God damn it. I don't know how to answer that, man. That is a tough question, bro. That is a tough question. I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't want nobody to die, but then, man, the price of life is crazy, bro. Like, god damn. Nigga put me in a crazy spot. Nigga trying to test my freak and my morality, bro. I hate you for that. I really hate you right now.
Empathy, no compassion, giddy, excited, glad to see that someone who is accomplished in so many different arenas, like, got a broken heart. And
yeah, why all the niggas in the chat except for King Pix is like, let us go, bro. You know what? This is why I love my chat. You know, my men are willing to die for the principles. All right. You cannot buy men like this, all right? There is no amount of money that can create men like this. The men in my chat are willing to die for the principles. Look, gotta move on. They're like, let me go. You know what I mean? Niggas like, let me go. It's all right. You know that part in the movie where one guy's supposed to die and another person like, look, it's okay. Let me die. It's all right. It's all right. Listen, you cannot buy a brotherhood like this, all right? King Pix, look, I hope you learned your lesson, all right? Don't test the brotherhood. You tried to test me, and all the brotherhood stood up. It was like, you know what? It's okay, bro.
y'all think that she got humbled. I had a guy say that Clay was smart for cheating on her. Smart, friends. I did not know how deep it was. And so I need to apologize for having so much faith in y'all. Because Maya Angelou said, when they show you who you are, who they are, believe them the first time. I believe. Now I want to talk to my people about like what we're going to do, because this red pilling thing also coincides with the literacy crises. There's multiple literacy crises.
That's crazy too. That is a crazy connection. Holy shit. I didn't think we were going there. Why does the red pill coincide with the literacy crisis, right? Why? That is an interesting point. I mean, they're on a parallel track. I don't think they're really connected, but they are happening chronologically at a similar time frame. I don't know how that works, because technically there's a bunch of women in the schools, right? It's not like you red pill men are running the schools, which actually is the next evolution of the school system. We need a red pill homeschooling curriculum. Yeah, yes, we need a red pill homeschooling curriculum. All right. If Johnny had 3 hoes on Monday, two of his hoes called in sick on Wednesday, but he found 4 new hoes on Thursday, how many hoes does Johnny have by Friday? We need a homeschooling curriculum for red pill, y'all. Really, we need a homeschooling curriculum for the red pill. We can't expect these kids to just learn it all in the wild. They might stumble onto some gay nigga channel and get a purple pill. Like, no, we need an organized, solidified homeschooling curriculum approved by the holy patriarchy, and we can get these kids back on track, and we can get them literacy rates up again, right? We can get boys to read if you give them books about men doing cool shit. All right, stop writing books about girls getting milked by minotaurs and young boys getting touched by their older male teachers and calling it a journey of self-discovery. Boys don't want to read shit like that. That's why these niggas is illiterate, because all the books are gay now.
Crises. There's a lack of critical thought. There's a lack of critical care for our people. And we got to do something, because all of this is coinciding in a really weird, strange season in our crumbling democracy. There's a lot going on. And us who have the ability and the capability of critical thought, and those of us who have communal mindset, we got to do something. We got to help our people, because this...
Women with communal mindsets have communal coochie. All right, I'm putting it out there. You don't have to blame anybody else for that. All right, if anybody asks you where you heard that, you can direct them to me. Give them this link. Women with communal mindsets have communal coochie.
We got to do something. We got to help our people, because this and the capability of critical thought, and those of us who have communal mindset, we got to do something. We got to help our people, because this will kill us. This will kill us as a culture. This will kill our connectivity. This will kill our people. Our people die for a lack of knowledge, a lack of wisdom, a lack of thought. So what we gonna do?
What is it with the crazy red bones today? I don't know why. It's just the vibe of the universe, but red bones are really going off the deep end lately.
So we already discussed the plight of the black man and his relationship with the black woman in the black community, and how, because of his conditioning in the white supremacist patriarchal system, he is conditioned to destroy black women. But we didn't really talk about the resolve. What do we do, and how difficult it is to...
God damn, that heavy Baltimore accent. Baltimore just has one of the most unique accents of all the country, because they always pronounce "do." They don't say "do." They say "do." you, and they say Doug and Rug, and this is the Baltimore DMV accent is just because I know it. I used to live there, and that shit cracked me up when I was there. Like, why you niggas say Doug instead of dog?
Figure out how to keep yourself safe as a Black woman in our community. Because again, the biggest issue at hand is that the Black man is still oppressed under the system of racism. And we know that 1 out of 3 Black men are incarcerated. And we also know that incarceration does nothing to rehabilitate or help the Black man to evolve. It actually does the exact opposite. It makes them worse. Historically, women have been made responsible for protecting the Black male, meaning that he has been able to get away with physical abuse. And
those are the prerequisite commie glasses. Have you ever noticed how the left-wing women, they always have like big look at me glasses? Like, there's something about the glasses. They're like a conversation starter or something like that. You have this big conspicuous thing to draw attention to your face, right? These are the big, can you see me from across the room glasses, right? It's like, I want to draw attention to me. And the funny thing is, they're often ugly, though. That's the thing about it. It's not like a beautiful woman with ugly glasses. That would be interesting. It's like an ugly woman with ugly glasses. That's a different type of interesting.
And all types of violence, child abuse. And we as Black women are reluctant to call the police because we know what could potentially happen. It could end up with him being unalived by law enforcement, or we know that him going to prison is not going to help him. However, at the same time, we can no longer protect Black men at the expense of ourselves and our children. So let's talk about some ways that we can combat this issue within the Black community. I hate to address Black women first because we have been made responsible for so much in the Black community, and we carry so much.
If Black women are truly responsible for so much, then why is the idea of holding them accountable for anything always treated as a type of sin? Like literally a crime against God. Any man that has any issue with a Black female behavior, he gets attacked for expressing the issue. Yet they are responsible for so much. How does responsibility and lack of accountability actually work together?
The Black community and really in the society as a whole has literally been built on our backs. However, we are solely responsible for keeping ourselves safe. We have to stop expecting others to jump in and protect us, knowing that we are the least protected individuals in the entire United States. So number one, please educate yourself about the system of patriarchy and the way that it affects Black men and the way that it affects you. I hate seeing women who are on the...
Wow, that's a great point. American Man says, Black women have a hero syndrome that needs to be studied. They think marching for a crackhead made them good people. You know, I'm telling you, I was watching it real time, and I remember, I've said this a couple of times live now already, I remember in the middle of the George Floyd moment thinking, you niggas are going too far. You niggas have ran all the way off the cliff. I remember in the moment feeling it. There was a couple of times where I was in my car and I kind of got trapped as the protest was going by. And I was just thinking like, you niggas are doing way too much and this is going to blow back. And look at you now. It's been like 2 years straight. Just 2 years in a row of nonstop consecutive hoes mad, y'all.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
We have 100+ people in the building right now watching. I only got 50-something likes. I feel like one of you niggas owe me a like. Run me my likes, man. Somebody got to throw a like on the table. I ain't even asking for money. Like the video, y'all. Like the video. You know what? You might as well throw $1 in a hat too while you at it. But goddamn, like the video.
The other side and aiding patriarchy because they're just uneducated and do not know. Number two, You have to go to therapy and get healing, because in order for you to decenter men and to step into your divine femininity and step into self-sovereignty.
You ever notice how the more people, especially woke leftist women, the more woke people recommend getting therapy, the less I trust therapy. It's like, why do all the people that hate men the most think therapy is going to fix men? I don't trust your solution.
You've got to work out those trauma issues and those emotional issues that keep you going back to men in the first place, that are not good for you. And last but not least, you need to understand your worth as just simply being a Black woman. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you literally.
And this is a common thought among like the red pill manosphere crowd. You hear this popping up all the time. Women have intrinsic value because they are the reproductive core of the species. There is just a natural value in being the reproductive body, whereas like men have to kind of earn and establish value. And although there is a reality to it, I think the women kind of have taken it way too far, right? Your intrinsic value don't mean I'm going to eat your shit forever.
Really bring life to everything around you. Your womb is a direct symbol of the fact that you are the bridge between the spirit realm and the physical realm. Nothing is birthed without you.
Do you hear the ethno gendered narcissism? This is gendered ethno narcissism.
But if man had to find out that his God was a woman,
I say the Black woman is God, and
Black woman is God.
I say the Black woman is God.
The Black woman is God because, you know, she was the first organism on this planet.
Necessity to talk about Klay Thompson's behavior in his own words that he seems to know is an issue, especially since a lot of these dudes have been in that type of situation. Since a guy like Shaquille O'Neal has talked openly about how infidelity ruined his life, but somehow you don't want to engage with this. Not to mention the fact that for weeks, as I said at the beginning of the video, we were talking about Diana Rossini, who is low down. I won't hold you. This woman named her firstborn son, presumably with her husband, Michael. She named her kid, allegedly with her husband, after her side dude that she had been messing around with for at least a year before that son was born. That is a new level of scandalous. And if you were interested or entertained or amused by that, surely you can understand why we're talking about Klay Thompson and Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all.
Now, I just jumped back to that because I think it's hilarious how like literally scatterbrained and all over the place that all of these people happen to be lately. It's just drumming up all of the individual reasons why Black women hate Black men lately. And they're just balling them all together into this giant "we love Meg Thee Stallion" concoction.
Know your worth, and then take that worth and withdraw it. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody's going to understand your worth until they feel your absence. If our men hate us so much, leave them to fend for themselves. And another really important thing, because I don't expect you to be single forever, we have to learn how to date. We have to learn how to date. We have to learn how to pick up behavior patterns, how to take our time and not rush in anything. I will absolutely be posting more videos that teach us as Black women the safe ways and approaches to go about dating.
Who are you supposed to date when there are no good men left? I'm curious how you work that out. You've declared there are no good men, basically. So, like, who are you going to date? Each other?
Now, Black men, number one, accountability. Okay? Stop thinking that by you admitting that you benefit from a system that was never created for you, that was also created to harm the Black woman, makes you a bad person. Because you're a male, you benefit from it. It's just, that is what it is. And the system.
Think about that. Because you're a male, you benefit from patriarchy, therefore you're a bad person, right? What have I been telling you? There are no good men left. There are only good times. You are a straight Black man. You automatically benefit from patriarchy. Therefore, ipso facto, you a bad person. You ain't shit nigga.
And another really important thing, because I don't expect you to be single forever, we have to learn how to date. We have to learn how to date. We have to learn how to pick up behavior patterns, how to take our time and not rush anything. I will absolutely be posting more videos that teach us as Black women the safe ways and approaches to go about dating. Now, Black men, number one, accountability. Okay, stop thinking that by you admitting that you benefit from a system that was never created for you, that was also created to harm the Black woman, makes you a bad person. Because you're a male, you benefit from it. It's just that is what it is. And the system was not even created for you in the first place. So the second thing, after you hold yourself accountable, you need to start really doing your own research and realize how much the system of patriarchy is damaging to you as a Black male, how it enables you, coddles you, and literally puts you in a position as a Black male who is a beneficiary to patriarchy, but also oppressed under racism. That puts you in a place where you are the bottom of the barrel.
You know, Red Illusion says she's even calling the simps part of the patriarchy. What did I tell you earlier? Black male simps are like the biggest, most unsung heroes of the community because they never get love from the very women that they do it all for. Like these niggas on some Bruno Mars, I'm gonna jump on a grenade for you type of love, and they never get respected for it. Speaking of that, let me jump to another one. Wait, it looked like we lost some audio. Give me 1 minute. Let me redrop this one here. Bring the audio back up. We have lost our way as Black men. What was that he said?
See, we have forfeited our headship as Black men. We are not the head. And yes, we have circumstances in this world that try to keep us from being the head. That's not to say that Black men don't have worldly struggles, but those worldly struggles should not affect our home, our family, our people. I see men on here referring to women as heifers. Heifers.
You know, that is a great observation. Clay Bisbee asks, how are we benefited and oppressed at the same time? I think that is a very unique, unthinkable position to even be in. It's a completely untenable position to hold, yet Black men hold it because we're the shit. We are both oppressed by the patriarchy and active members of the patriarchy. How that works, I'm still not sure, but you know, I don't question my greatness. I just roll with it.
Men cheat, heifers cheat, is what I heard. How is it that men who are notoriously, percentage-wise, the cheaters, but we refer to them as men, but we refer to cheating women as heifers? And you can call me a simp, you can call me whatever it is you want to call me, but I got sisters, 5 of them. And if any motherfucker mistreats them, I'm going in on that nigga. I don't give.
5 sisters in Black America typically means you got abused by females growing up. Ask me how I know. Unless you are like 5 or 10 years older than all of them, having 5 sisters means you got beat up by girls growing up. And I don't feel bad for you.
Call me, but I got sisters, 5 of them. And if any motherfucker mistreats them, I'm going in on that nigga. I don't give a shit. Because we weren't raised like that. We were not raised like that to be laying around with this.
What do you mean we weren't raised like that? How were you raised?
And I think this has a lot to do with being these guys being their mother's son. If I could just sum it up, when you're raised by your mom, you're a different man.
one and that one and that one and this one. So I have sisters. So I have a stake in protecting Black women.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, when you grow up in that environment, this is how you make a crazy thug nigga or a simp. All right, you have no choice. Were you raised by your single mom and her 5 daughters? You're either going to be an OG thug nigga, big crip, or you're going to be a super simp. You're going to be an R&B ass, open toe sandal, I only talking romantic poetry ass nigga.
There's no way I'm gonna let some man mistreat my sisters. But as Black men, we have forfeited our headmanship, our headship. You know, be the head, not the tail. We are the tail. And the funny shit is, we created these women. It's like the white race creating the very thing that they fear the most. We as Black men.
Damn, we created these women. It's your fault they out here hoeing.
Created women to be this, and now we want to stand off and go, look at you. No, we did that as the head. So
I mean, I don't really like to do this on every subject, but white people did this, and really in particular, this is the liberal air quotes white agenda. You know, big giant glowing air quotes around white. Black men did not really do this by and large. This is a liberal political social agenda that was injected into the community along with civil rights and radical revolution and all of that shit. The sexual revolution, all of that stuff. All of that stuff. This is, you know, of all the crimes ever committed against humanity, this one thing niggas have nothing really to do with.
you want to ignore the fact that you're the head so you don't have to take responsibility for your creation. Women are only doing what women do because y'all claim that a woman.
Look at how white people are trying to delineate all of a sudden. I see what you guys are doing now. I know what you're doing. Quotation WHYTE. Look at the white people delineating in the chat. This is crazy work. After October 7th, like a crazy amount of white folks started delineating. I never thought I'd see the day. White folk are suddenly delineating like Black Americans now. This shit is amazing. Welcome to the gang, delineated white people.
Should do womanly things. A woman is only doing what we told her to do, which is look good, have a nice body, and whatever it is that we tell them they have to be in order to be acceptable to us. And they're tired of that shit. They're tired of that shit. They don't need us because we're not available. We told them to put that shit on. We told them, you know.
No, the hell we did not. We did not tell them to put that shit on. They were listening to their music, their managers, their trainers. They were listening to anybody but their fathers and their husbands, all right? Women made an entire movement of, I don't have to listen to my father. I can't remember the name of this movie. I keep trying to remember. There was a movie from the Blaxploitation era. One of you guys might know this movie too, because it starred some one or two famous Black guys back in the day. But there was this movie about basically a Black family in the 70s, and they all kind of staged a little revolution against their father. Like we have actually like created a culture around rejecting fatherly control and fatherly authority. The very concept of father knows best is literally white culture at this point. There is no, maybe on Good Times, you could have had Black father knows best, but they killed that nigga off. Like James in Good Times was probably the last of the real strong OG Black fathers on television. And they killed that nigga off camera too. They did him dirty. So like the idea of like fatherhood and women answering the men, that shit went out the window a long time ago, bro.
Not attractive without a BBL. And then when they go get the BBLs, now we decide we're not attracted to that. But until we take responsibility for our creations, there's nothing that I could listen to a black man say in negative regards to women, except those women that you hear setting brothers up.
You mean like the Cardi B's? That's the name of the movie, Fight for Your Life? Where they had like a little mini rebellion against Pops in the house until they finally made him buckle. That's the name of the movie? I've been trying to recall that because I remember catching a glimpse of it on TV a long time ago, and I never got a chance to watch the full thing because I wanted to see the whole story, how it played out. But like, the blaxploitation era had some gems in it, especially if you're looking back with a critical eye to kind of be a cultural anthropologist like SKC and myself. But yeah, I remember that movie thinking, wow, they really just like turned against Pops. That was crazy work.
We both got shit on both sides. But guess what? If y'all want to talk about being a man, then correct the problem. You don't correct the problem by dumping someone and going to the next woman.
How do you correct the problem with women that you're not allowed to control? If by custom and by culture, black men are given no or are granted no authority over black women, then how do you command these men to correct the problem? Shout out to True Hype with the $2 super chat. Is Schrodinger's patriarchy. We have no power, but somehow all the authority. How does that work? And really, it's not even authority. Authority implies power. We have no power, yet we have the responsibility of control. How does that work? How do you expect men to exist in a state like that? And also, you know, we're oppressed by the patriarchy, but you demand us to become patriarchal because it's up to us to fix the problem. But patriarchy's bad, so we can't give you niggas any power.
It's deep, bro. I'm losing so much hope because we are the power. We're the reason why this whole world is turned upside down. But I don't see any hope in correcting it because we can't even correct ourselves.
There's no hope for the hopeless, is it, huh? It's terrible. Terrible. There's no hope for the hopeless. My man, Detroit XRP with the $10. Thank God they're going to self-deletions. Hey, bro, that was too soon. That was too soon, all right? We don't know what happened to that chick over in Africa. I told you niggas, you were having way too much fun with that. You niggas was enjoying that shit way too much. But shout out to my man, Detroit XRP with the $10 super chat. Be like Detroit, y'all. Smash that super chat button for me.
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry. You not like Hulk angry. Hulk no like fighting girls.
Blame, blame, blame. All we want to do is put the blame, blame, blame on somebody else instead of taking responsibility.
He kind of looks ready to cry. He looks like he's ready to cry. You niggas done depressed him to the point of tears. He is on the verge of light-skinned nigga tears.
It's real sad, and I really feel I feel very discouraged. Very discouraged. All the shit that's happening to us, and this is
Klay Thompson cheated on Meg Thee. How is it that Klay Thompson cheats on Meg Thee Stallion and this nigga's buck broken, bro? How? How do you get buck broken because another nigga cheated on a woman? You don't know neither one of these niggas. And you see what I mean? Vicarious meat watching, bro. The nigga he been meat watching to the point of actual depression. This is what meat watching does to a motherfucker. This is literally what meat watching does to a nigga. Now you're depressed. Now you having an existential light-skinned crisis because Clay Thompson doesn't want to be monogamous with Meg Thee Stallion.
I really feel instead of taking responsibility, it's real sad, and I really feel I feel very discouraged.
No, I will not leave the brother alone. Okay, a man's life in the chat wants me to leave the brother alone. No, I will not. I will not. All right. The nigga is a depressed meat watcher, and he has to be called out for it. How am I the bad guy? Because this nigga been meat watching so hard, he been driven to depression. The nigga need medication now. Somehow I'm the bad guy. The nigga done meat watched himself into a dark hole.
Can a nigga live? Can a nigga live? Please.
How did I become the bad guy? This is like the end of Falling Down. Are you trying to tell me I'm the bad guy? How the hell did I become the bad guy? I feel like Michael Douglas now. How did I become the bad guy?
Very discouraged. All the shit that's happening to us, and this is what we're doing. Like a woman said yesterday, we'll treat a black woman like shit.
Bro said he got meat watch melancholy. Oh, I hate you niggas. Meat watch melancholy, bro. That is diabolical. Not meat watch melancholy, bro. What the hell? We are discovering an entirely new emotional spectrum. This is deep, bro. This is some deep shit. We are discovering emotions that niggas have never felt before. Niggas are feeling feelings that have never been felt in all the history of blackness, bro. Meat watch melancholy. Nigga need therapy. A nigga really need therapy now. You need a life coach and a girlfriend, bro. The nigga got meat watch melancholy. We gotta remember that. Niggas be meat watching so hard, they start to genuinely feel bad about everything they see. Start to question life as a black man and shit.
To the next woman. It's deep, bro. I'm losing so much hope because we are the power. We're the reason why this whole world is turned upside down. But I don't see any hope in correcting it because we can't even correct ourselves. Blame, blame, blame. All we want to do is put the blame, blame, blame on somebody else instead of taking responsibility. It's real sad, and I really feel I feel very discouraged. Very discouraged. All the shit that's happening to us, and this is what we're doing. Like a woman said yesterday, we'll treat a black woman like shit. We'll treat our brothers like shit. But the white man has still got his knee on our neck, and we ain't doing shit about that.
The white man is really like living deep in these niggas' fantasy lives, bro. Every situation, there's a white man to talk about. The white man, that's the white man now.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
Okay, y'all, I've had an epiphany.
This nigga done had an epiphany, y'all. Amazing things are happening in the world. This nigga done had an epiphany. That's why he got his hoodie on, in case he have another one.
Okay, y'all, I've had an epiphany. In regards to the Megan situation, I was wondering why so many women were saying, oh, you just don't like black women because your mother raised you this way, this way. I'm hearing that response to other men. So I'm like, okay, so boom, I'm somewhere, and this lady, the sister, has cursed her little son out. He probably 7 years old. Done cursed him out like a sailor and a grown-ass man. I'm like, man. And then she smacked him. I'm talking about for no reason at all. And then it dawned on me. What y'all saying is make sense. because some of you bitches are some horrible mothers. Of course, a dude gonna be scarred and have all.
Okay, he really did have an epiphany. Okay, maybe I was judging him too harshly. He really did have an epiphany.
Grown ass man. I'm like, man. And then she smacked him. I'm talking about for no reason at all. And then it dawned on me. What y'all saying is make sense. Because some of you bitches are some horrible mothers. Of course, a dude gonna be scarred and have all type of nonsense dealing with a mother like that, a mother like y'all. So you know what? Y'all were definitely right. My apologies for even pushing back on that. Yes, it's some men that was hurt by their mama, and they take it out on y'all. But the thing is, a lot of y'all saying that are those exact same women.
Even Saturday Night Live had to have their little jokes about Megan Thee Stallion, y'all. Now Saturday Night Live is shitting on you niggas.
But you don't Megan Thee Stallion. Who even is this guy?
You don't know Klay Thompson?
No.
He's a world famous pro basketball player.
Wait a minute. There's a WNBA for men?
Oh.
What would you even call that? But you don't Megan Thee Stallion. Who even is this?
Bruh. Shit like that is why dudes used to get shoved in lockers and put their heads under the toilet water and shit like that. We were better off when we used to do that.
To say that we've lost Black men to red pill, because this reaction to Meg Thee Stallion getting cheated on by Clay is exactly what we've been dealing with when trying to date a Black man in 2026. The lack of empathy, the lack of emotional intelligence. Black men are literally confused on why so many Black women are grieving with Meg, for Meg. They are confused. Well, she's a celebrity. What's the big deal? Because we've all been there. We've all been there. And they want fucking basketball players. There was regular ass niggas. We have all been there. So yes, we're grieving for her. But the fact that Black men can't even for 2 motherfucking seconds just understand, like, man, this is fucked up. She was loving that man down. And they passing around memes of Meg getting a train ran on her. Y'all gotta be fucking for real.
Respect the grieving, y'all. That's y'all niggas' problem. You don't respect Black women's grieving.
Understand the plight of the Black man. Let's bring in a little bit more facts as it relates to Black men and Black women and intimate partner relationships with one another. I want to present to you a book that I read almost 11 years ago. It is called Is Marriage for White People? And it is written by Ralph Richard Banks, a highly educated Black male who is a law professor at Stanford University. In the book, he uses his years of research and statistics to define and discuss the marriage decline within the Black community. And he almost entirely blames it on Black men. He points to the fact that there is a surplus of college-educated Black women and a shortage of college-educated Black men. He says that this creates a structural imbalance, which makes it very difficult for Black women to find equally yoked partners. He also notates that because there is a smaller pool of eligible men, they have much more options and less pressure to commit. He goes on to state that Black women are about 3 times more likely than white women to never marry at all, and asserts that marriage has sharply declined, with about 90% of Black women married in the 1950s to about 30% married today. And mind you, this was from 2015 when I read it, so I'm sure the numbers are not exactly the same. He once again reiterates the educational and economic gap between Black men and Black women, stating that Black women are more likely to be college educated and economically stable, while Black men are less educated and earn less, and that makes up the majority of the men who are available to date. Why is this, you might ask? Well, according to Banks, it is because when Black men become more educated and become more economically stable, they're actually more likely to date outside of their race.
Oh, that's brutal. That is brutal. True hype with the foul ball. But hasn't Meg cheated and lied in past relationships? And if so, what comes around goes back around, just like a Justin Timberlake song. Oh, shit. That's real talk, though. That's real talk. It's karma. Karma is a bitch, all right? I don't know how else to put it to you, but sometimes it takes a minute for karma to come back at you, but it does. It does. Hit that like button for me, y'all. Thanks for supporting the show.
I need that money.
So when marriage does occur within the Black community, Black women are more than likely to out-earn their husbands. And if you think about the way that men are socialized, this typically does not land well for Black men. He also discussed the higher incarceration rate among Black men. All of this leading to
Okay, wait. We got some interesting comments from the chat. Let me go back and read these a couple of ones here. No News Podcast. When you get money, your options open. You stop eating McDonald's. True. And then Freeman's Journal says when a Black man gets money, his options grow exponentially. When Akeisha gets money, she hates Black men. Yeah, we're seeing evidence of that all around.
Men having
not even just money, just a little bit of education. 18 months in college and the bitch thinks she's too good for you.
a lower ability to regulate their emotions, lower self-confidence, lower self-esteem. And remember, they're still dealing with their own trauma at the hands of racism.
But brothers, we got to be careful about the narcissism. That we can be narcissistic.
That's not a theory. That's a pattern. And if you're a Black woman, you've lived it, even if you didn't have the word for it.
Most notably, Banks points out that statistically, Black women are the least likely to date outside of their race, meaning that they would rather date down than out because their loyalty to Black men.
She said the word likely, but I think she really means capable. Black women are the least capable of dating out, not likely. Likely implies an automatic conclusion. Capable implies an effort on your part and a desirability on your part, and that's where the rubber hits the road. Less capable.
It's so strong. And with all of these issues that Ralph Richard Banks points out, he asserted that the solution should be that Black women should stop being loyal to Black men and date outside of their race. No, he did not hold Black men accountable. He did not challenge Black men to go and do the inner work and do the inner healing so that they can evolve and meet the Black woman where she is. He put the entire existence of marriage in the Black community on Black women. 6 years ago, I created a mental health practice that was almost unheard of. A mental health practice that was dedicated to serving the Black, the Indigenous, and other people of color community.
See, this is where your USAID government money was going. Literally giving chicks like her a job.
That worked on helping people of color deconstruct their minds, decolonize their minds, do their inner healing work, and move out of survival into thriving. And over the past 6 years, we have seen over 1,000 clients. 80% of those clients have been Black women.
6 years, huh? I'm telling you, that's that Biden money. She was getting that Joe Biden USAID money. I bet you come back to her next year, she gonna be like, over 100,000 Black women are unemployed. I'm one of them.
And less than 20% have been Black men.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but niggas are not going to therapy. The unalive rates in Black men have doubled in the last 2 decades, and yet Black men as a demographic are the least likely to seek mental health care.
As Black people, for a long time, at least when I was growing up, nobody in my life ever mentioned therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, Black people feel like if you go to a therapist, from my understanding, you crazy or you weak.
One of my favorite lines in the album is where would say you really need to go to therapy. And I say real niggas don't go to therapy.
There was a video went around recently. I don't think I still have it saved, but they walked up to a bunch of therapists and asked them, have you ever cured a patient? And all of them, every single one of them, they just laughed and walked away, got in their Mercedes Benzes and drove home.
Because that's how niggas feel, you know?
So no, this is not a gender war between black men and black women. As black women, we have to protect ourselves. We have to put ourselves in a position that we thrive, that we move from outer survival to thrival. And then our
thrival?
We move position that we thrive, that we move from outer survival to thrival.
Out of survival to thrival. It's like she trying to spit pimp game at me. We move, see what you got to do is get you a real bitch so you can grow and matriculate from survival to thrival. That's what I can help you with. It's like she trying to spit pimp game. And we're the hoe. Well, black women are the hoes. They're the main target for this shit. We kind of getting to the end of today's presentation now.
Okay, y'all, this is beyond disrespectful. And if it wasn't enough that celebrity men like DJ Academics,
we're in the AI portion of the show. I'm pretty sure this is a little AI chick down here.
Stephen A. Smith and Lil Duval are online praising Klay Thompson for cheating on Megan Thee Stallion. Now people are online sharing a long list of men the female rapper has allegedly been involved with in hopes of embarrassing her even more. Now, before we get to the names on the list, I have to say, Megan definitely deserves better because this is too much. You see, in the image that's now going viral on X, there's Megan's ex-boyfriend rapper Moneybagg Yo, Partisan Fontaine, whom she publicly dated before Klay, G-Eazy, Meek Mill, Burna Boy, The Baby, La Cuckoo, a 3-foot-tall Tory Lanez, and Klay Thompson at the end of the line holding a bouquet of flowers patiently waiting for his turn. Sad part about all of this, there are also women commenting and laughing at the disrespectful post. Now, to be clear, Megan Thee Stallion has not publicly claimed or dated all of these men. But here's a bigger question. Why do you think so many grown men are happy to see Megan unhappy and being mistreated? Okay, y'all, this is beyond disrespectful. And if it wasn't...
That is a great question. Why are so many men happy to see Megan disrespected, yada, yada, yada? You know what? We're not done, though. We're just done with that portion of it. We're not quite done. Because you know me, I am like a clearinghouse of black fuckery. I just collect, organize, and collate and distribute black fuckery as I choose. And you guys give me a couple of dollars for it. And so it's a great symbiotic relationship, right? That being said, I am here with some pure, raw, unrefined, unprocessed, uncut black fuckery. You haven't seen fuckery like this. I got to stop saying that word, but you haven't seen black drama like the black drama that I'm about to give you guys. And I know you're here for it. Don't act like this is not why you're here. Don't act like you're all of a sudden above it.
I've been meaning to make this TikTok for the last month. I just want to let black guys know it's over for us. We lost our women. Yeah, white guys got them now. Everywhere I look, I can look to the left right now.
This nigga he really thinks white men are that into black women. I think that is one of the most widespread racial delusions out there, that white men as a group are just thirsting after black men. And I told you last night, black men give white women way more positive PR than white men do. And you think white men love black women even more than white women? No.
I'm in Beverly Hills, this beautiful black queen with a bald white man. And everywhere I go, I continue to see that. It doesn't matter the age group, it doesn't matter the complexion, they're gone. Yeah, so black guys, we had our run.
You said we had our run. It's over now. Klay cheating on Meg, and white men are getting all the good black women. It's over now. We had our run.
We wasn't doing shit with it. Niggas was playing around, so yeah, we lost them. Not all of them. We didn't lose the ratchet ones. We always gonna have the ratchet ones. But yeah, all the good ones, all the classy ones, yeah, we lost them. And proof, if you want proof, because maybe it hasn't hit your city yet. Maybe it hasn't hit your state. I'm in California, so.
Right, you know, only guys who don't have a lot of white friends think shit like this, right? American Man says, this is how I know these people don't talk to white men.
It's a little bit faster. But yeah, they just watch the movies. They got white lead males.
Dude thinks the movies are real. He literally just said, just watch the Goy Slot movies.
It's a little bit faster. But yeah, they just watch the movies. They got white lead males, and then they got the black female leads as the love interest, and that's like in every movie. I've seen 4 movies now with that in the last like 3 months. So
nigga is literally quoting propaganda. Like, bro, believing, like actively believing propaganda is a special thing. Like, you're an adult man. Do you not understand what a movie is when you're watching it? Like, it's one thing when you're a child and you just absorb it as media passively, not understanding that it's trying to give you messages and put ideas in your head, right? This is why now I genuinely dislike the majority of media. Like, most TV shows that I come across, I'm like, ew, that's weird and gay. Like, very few shows come out. You know what I just got into recently? That I actually was like, I heard of it, but I just never caught up with it. Peaky Blinders. I binge watched Peaky Blinders recently because I came across the movie. So I basically watched it in reverse, right? I watched the movie first and then I watched the actual show. But like, that was like an interesting show about, like, you know, turn of the century, post World War I British crime family shit, right? And then just last week, I think I binge watched Deadwood. And Deadwood hasn't really ran in like 10 years. That's an old show. But like, I got a handful of TV shows that I watch. And even the shows I watch, I know I'm watching some level of propaganda, but it's acceptable to me, right? But I know most media is just shit and messaging at this point. So imagine like being an adult, not understanding that. Like, dude, it's 2026. Do you not understand Hollywood hates you?
Yeah, that's what we moving. Again, we had a good run, but the shit is over, man. Shit is over. So yeah, good luck. Yeah, I've been
yeah, he says good luck, it's over. The white man got all the best black women. But I don't believe him. I don't believe him. And you know what? There is a general state of low-level warfare between black men and black women. And white men are not coming in to get in the middle of that shit.
Why are you coming at black women? Talking about you respect black women?
So can you walk away?
Thank you, thank you.
Can you walk away?
You don't respect black women.
Can you walk away?
To be asking that question.
Why are you talking to me still?
Why are you here? You are loitering.
She came back. No. She was. Bye. I'm not talking to you. Bye. Am I talking? Bro, I'm not talking to y'all, bro.
You're disrespectful to. This is Howard University, Black Central.
Howard University, Black Central, literally gender warring in the street. They are having public gender wars in the street in Howard University.
Black excellence. You need to get out of here with your ignorance. I agree. This is black excellence in DC, and you have been nothing but ignorant. This is our town. We don't need no black ignorance in our town. Black people like you should be ashamed of yourself.
He said she dressed like a black woman.
Yes, yeah, he did.
Like somebody uncle. Bro, you look like a black Israel, like leafies. Yo, don't put me out this camera.
I want to be on this. You should be ashamed of yourself. Why are you coming at black? As a black man, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed.
When we look at black women, more than 70 to 80% of you guys are wearing fake hair and straight hair. When we look at white women who wear wigs and weaves, it's less than 10%. And there's actual, yes, it is facts. Bro.
At all. Look at Hollywood.
Honestly, like,
yeah.
who gives a fuck?
Hollywood is cooking minds. Everybody, look at Hollywood. Like, Those are plastic people. What do you mean look at Hollywood? That's like saying look at Barbie.
We black men, straight black men we care.
No, they don't.
Yes, we do.
No, they don't.
Black men don't care.
No, they don't.
They do.
Accept their queen how she wants to present herself to the world.
You're not a queen anymore once you alter your crown in a way that looks like a white woman.
That is not true.
Ooh, you're not a queen with a white woman's crown. Damn, that's why she want to fight. That was like kicking a chick right in the vagina. He stomped on her labia with that shit.
That is true.
I'm sorry, but we cannot move forward with that statement.
It's true, though.
That is an attack on black women.
Is your hair your crown? Is your hair your crown?
As a black man, you should be ashamed of yourself.
No, I should be proud of myself.
You should be ashamed. I'm not.
With the straight hair, you should be ashamed.
I'm not.
Why?
Why are you in women's business anyway, bro?
You said what?
Why are you in women's business?
And look, I'm telling you, remember what I said about the army, the little green army men? Bro, they're cheaper by the dozen. There's a bunch of them just loitering around, hanging out, waiting to be useful and shit.
Because it's my business.
Why is it your business?
How's it your business?
Black men, straight black men are the leaders of black women.
Damn. He trying to get his ass beat up at Howard University. They will lynch you in Howard University, bro. Don't you realize you are in nigga central? Don't you know you are in the nigga capital, bro? This is Howard University.
So what did I do to harass her?
There's somebody else coming through. You can ask them a question.
What did I do to harass her?
Right.
Explain it.
Right. You have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on real quick. Actually, do you mind if I take a photo real quick?
So they can never explain the harassment. You see this woman right here who's a lip. She's probably a for real. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, she is a.
Yeah.
But see, they can never explain the harassment ever. And look.
Mind you, look at
Listen, the red pill is hitting young black men like crack in the 90s, y'all. Don't ever discount how powerful the red pill is to young black men who haven't been scarred yet, who haven't been damaged yet. They're taking this shit and mainlining this shit. This is like pure heroin. This is that China White. It's that Afghan poppy right here.
hands are tighter than mine.
Okay, hopefully you guys heard that. It's crazy how the first girl, I walked up to her and I asked her a simple question. What is a hairstyle that black women should get rid of? That was the one that got her mad. I was having a conversation with her, but then she called it harassment.
You know you can't ask bald-headed women about hairstyles, nigga. What's wrong with you?
Because she got angry and that I was telling too much truth. And then you see this over here that comes over here trying to insult me and try to get into the conversation. But I'm like, bro, explain the harassment. And they never can. So she tried to talk about my pants. She called me a faggot. She said my pants are too tight. Look how loose my pants are, bro. Besides that, look at this bag, bro. Go to mdblabel.com. Go copy this bag.
I'm not trying to watch your commercials. My nigga low-key got a branding deal. Good for you, though. Good for you, my young blood. Good for you. Shout out to the youngins out there. You know, we see how difficult it is for the young blacks out there trying to get it together. And I believe the children are the future. I do. I really do. But if the old heads couldn't get it together, why do you expect the kids to get it together, y'all? The goddamn kids can't get it together because the old heads can't make it work. Oh yeah, we're diving into some black love today. The second half is going to be all black love, drama, and effery. Like the video, throw $1 in the hat. Make sure you at least touch the collection plate as it goes by.
So what did happen now on my sofa?
Okay.
Talk louder. I can't hear you.
We was on the sofa. He put the magnum on. He penetrated.
What the hell? What the what?
To put it. When you said you was
whoa. Not old grandma is giving up the cheeks on grandpa couch, y'all. Somebody grandma is giving up them old AARP cheeks on grandpa couch. And grandpa is not with it. Grandpa not trying to hear that shit.
If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
So what did happen now on my sofa?
Okay.
Talk louder. I can't hear
Okay,
you.
we was on the sofa. He put the magnum on. He penetrated. He put it, he was starting to put it. When you said you was going to generate, we stopped. He got up and he left.
So that's all what happened.
That's it.
So you
We
let
didn't
him.
go all the
So
way
you
through.
let him penetrate in you.
We didn't go all the way
You
through.
let him penetrate in you while you know you married to me.
I did. You said you was going to generate. We stopped. He got up and he left.
There go my story. Y'all hear it? That's October the 13th, 2025. She came clean. That's my closure.
Flashback.
On 2025, October the 7th, Yvette Jones and Joshua Bowie were in my house, which I am Eric Jones. She claimed she wanted to come clean. And like she said, tonight will be the night that she come out with everything to make her marriage work. And she ready to come back home. So it's October the 13th at 10 o'clock at night, PM 2025. I want to hear her out with everything she have to say. Be honest, truthful to me, which I am her husband. They were in my household at 1217 Sycamore Road, Franklin.
Grandpa is
Yvette Jones. Yvette Jones. Yvette Jones?
Yes.
How long you and Joshua Bowie been?
Bitch, you hear me calling you. I know you hear me calling you, Yvette.
Yvette Jones. Yvette Jones?
Yes.
How long you and Joshua Bowie been seeing each other?
July.
Since July to what?
Yeah.
So July the 5th, was Joshua Bowie coming to my house while I wasn't here?
Yeah.
Okay. He have. So
yeah, Freeman's Journal, I know, bro. This is real bad. This is terrible. Giving up the cheeks in your 60s, bro. What kind of world do we live in when even old coochie not safe, bro? That nigga was like, you know what? That shit like 65 years old. It been up on the shelf all this time. Ain't nobody trying to come get this old coochie but me. Nope. Nope. Even old coochie not safe, bro. Goddamn. What kind of world do we live in when you can't even trust old coochie, bro? Goddamn. I'm about to cry. I'm really about to cry for this old nigga.
Oh, another thing. So when did y'all exchange numbers? It was in July also. Okay. Next question. Did y'all have sex in my home from July until October?
And he really having like a nice, calm interrogation too. This nigga he got one of those clipboards. Got a notepad and a clipboard. He got like 25 questions he need to go off real quick.
7.
No. But on October 7th, he came here, opened the door. We started to, you heard your voice and you left.
So why when I confirmed that somebody was in my yard with tire prints?
God damn, somebody sleeping in my bed. Somebody's taking my place. Niggas like he's too old to be doing a Drew Hill jumping dance, bro.
You claim to say you didn't know who it was. Why did you lie then?
Yeah. Parked on your grass. You know how homeowners be feeling about their fresh lawn, bro? The nigga parked on your lawn, physically and metaphorically. Like, bro, this is why dudes be spazzing out, because it's like the psychological realizations of all these little things. Like, the nigga was parked on my lawn, and then you let him park on your lawn. You thieving old bitch.
Okay. So, as being my wife, taking vows, this is what's going on inside of my home. Not good. I never gave her reason to step out. I don't know why this happened and why she did open my door for Joshua Bowie. Supposed to be my friend. But also Joshua Bowie on
your homie and your friend. Damn. And she looking at this nigga like, will you just shut up and forgive me already? I don't know why you making me go through all of this. Your homie though? Damn, bro. That's wow. That is terrible work. It's always the niggas you love.
October the 7th, told Eric Jones he needed me to go to AutoZone to get some parts for him. Eric Jones, told him I can go to O'Reilly and Generate and get the parts. It'd be much quicker. He insists for me still going to Franklin to get the parts. Okay. So on October the 7th, I decided to go to O'Reilly regardless. At the same time, I called my wife.
O'Reilly.
So my wife, Yvette Jones. So when I'll call you on the phone, where were Joshua at that point of time? So when did he get here? Okay. And you unlocked the door for him to come in the house. I can't hear you.
Yes.
I'm telling you, this nigga used to be police before he retired, bro. This is the actual interrogation. He questioning this bitch like a murder suspect, all right? And so when you walked in the home, was the body on the floor then, or did it take you some time to discover the body? Like, this nigga is really police, y'all.
So what's the plan was? How he know to come here? What started that? So how he came here? Why he came here? You have talked to him?
Not the Ben Gay sneaky link. Oh my God, you people are terrible. Not the Ben Gay sneaky link. And look at that little piece. You see that little part on the sofa right there? Look at that little piece of the couch right there. I bet you that's the part she was on right there. That's her favorite spot. She was like, let me bend over right here. I'm telling you, this is our favorite spot. This is terrible work.
Speak up. I can't hear you.
That's when he told you to go to AutoZone Franklin.
So y'all was on the phone?
No.
So he just popped up?
Yes.
So he knocked on the door, and what happened? How you know it was him?
I said, who is it?
Huh?
I said, who is it?
Okay, and he responded with his name, and then you opened the door.
Yes.
Okay, which you know was wrong, but you still did it. Right?
Yes.
So how you crying now to come back home, knowing what you done inside of my home, knowing it been since July, around the time when the 4th of July was at his house, but you telling me it was July the 5th when y'all first started. So in other words, he's been around my house at times when I'm not here, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
And you know that, and I'm your husband, and you never told me anything. So what did I do to make you do this to me? Huh?
Damn. And they be trying to tell men you got to go to therapy and all. Niggas don't need therapy. We just need moments like this, right? All of that calls for therapy could be put away, and we could just have an honest moment like this. Because you know what it is? Bitches don't never want to be honest about their shit. This is like probably really cathartic for him. He don't want to back no way, but I just need you to look me in my face and tell me everything I know about you, all right? Don't have me feeling crazy, thinking I'm stupid and all of this shit. Just be honest so we can both confirm how much I should hate you from now on. And then I'm going to let you go about your life, you know? You don't got to be afraid of nothing like that. We cool. We all adults here. Shout out to my man T.R. McCoy with the $10. Shout out to you, Hood Conservative. Excellent content as always. I told you not to leave, right? I told you to stick around, didn't I? I told you. What I tell you? I got that dope. I got that dope. Shout out to my man John, the urban landlord. I'm slinging dope too, John. You are not the only dope dealer in town, all right?
Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Everybody must eat. Yes. Good women are dead. Evil bitches, rise up!
Hulk! Smash! Smash you! You make Hulk angry. You not like Hulk angry. Hulk no like fighting girls.
And you know what? I just realized too, I kind of got an off hours Venmo donation. Shout out to everybody who supports me directly on Venmo. My man Marshall with the $20 Venmo donation. He came through last night after air. He says, I hate you, Hood, but damn, you are so damn funny. You have a gift, my friend. You know what? It's an expensive gift and it costs a lot of money. Shout out to you, my man.
It costs a lot of money to bring the real. Yeah, we don't care. I got Mercedes-Benz, Rolls Royce, the biggest house on the biggest deal. Yeah, we don't care. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine like jet flying, son of a gun, the biggest star of them all. It costs a lot of money to bring the real world champion on location. Only an Arnie and Ricky. We do it better than everybody else. Don't wrap me up. No.
Once again, shout out to my man Marshall on the Venmo. Big supporter, big supporter. Thank you guys so much for your contributions to the show today. Also coming through, closing it out with Clay Bisbee with the 5-ball. Just give me a 304th for the whole show. I got you, bro. Hoes mad. It's like 4 hours we're going to do a hoes mad. I don't know how long this might take. I got to get up and go to work early tomorrow. So we're going to crank this out until I just quit, until I just pass out and get ready for work.
Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad.
So nothing. But also know, Yvette, you are lying about having the sex part. Because then no man gonna come home in another man's home just to be here. He know where I was, and to hear my voice on the phone, he know I'm on the phone. He's know I'm not home. So to be honest with me, for all, did you have sex with him?
When you say
be honest.
I am being honest. When you said you wasn't going to Franklin, you was going to Generate, it stopped.
What stopped?
It didn't go that far.
Okay, so what happened?
He left.
No, so what you mean it didn't go that far?
I mean,
no, be honest. Be honest.
he was rubbing on me, and when you say you wasn't going right there to Generate, then he stopped.
He was rubbing on you.
Okay, so
Maybelline, you let that man rub on you?
So why you let him rub on you? To say he rub on you like that? Why you never consulted me with anything?
Didn't think we was gonna get caught.
You didn't think? I can't hear you.
I didn't think we was gonna get caught.
Okay, so that's something good. That's what you saying. So did you enjoy the moments that you had with him?
No.
You got in my car the Tuesday, right after y'all finished, like nothing never happened when we went to Franklin. So you know you did something with him, but you never came clean to me about anything. So you betrayed me the whole time since July. And you know it. And got me here thinking I have a wife that's faithful to me, doing everything that she needs to do to take care of her husband, and her husband thinking he doing everything to take care of her. So at the same time, to say this, you know, it don't make sense. And how can you stoop that low with a guy like him that's supposed to be my friend? Where do you get off with that? What did he tell you about things? Something about me that made you do that? Huh?
No.
So y'all just did what y'all wanted to do.
Sometimes an old bitch just wants some new dick, man. Ain't a whole lot to it. Sometimes an old bitch just wants some new dick.
Huh? I can't hear you.
Pretty much.
In my home. In my home.
Do y'all think she's the Meg Thee Stallion fan? Caveman says, I blame Meg Thee Stallion music. Put a 1 in the chat if you think she listens to Meg Thee Stallion, y'all.
Yes.
Okay. So I got the story that I'm looking for. That's why I did the video. So on Joshua Boyd part, thank you. You are never, ever get the chance. If you did, she ain't saying. But the way how you are and what you gonna talk about when I send you the video, you gonna let me know in the streets that you did what you did.
You did what you did when you done what you had done, did it? Hot Granny Summer is depressing as hell, bro. You are killing my spirit with shit like Hot Granny Summer. Like, goddamn, bro. Give a nigga something to believe in, all right? What the hell is Hot Granny Summer, bro? Stop.
Y'all had the sex, but she don't want to put it out there. Okay, and I can understand why she don't want to put it out there, because she feel I'm gonna do it something. But I don't want to do anything. All I want is the truth. All I want to know is how long this been going on in my house. Okay?
All the time that I was loving you, you were busy loving someone else. I would stop breathing if you told me to. No. Oh my God, this nigga having this waiting to exhale moment.
I got my closure now. But to you, I'm gonna let this video hurt you. She done put it out there. So it ain't nothing you can tell me no more, partner. Like I say, it's all good. Just remember what you done. You got a wife, you got children, and it won't be nice if somebody do it to your wife, even though you talk about her like a dog.
Damn. He gonna try to smash your old wife now. That's what niggas do. Now he gonna try to smash your wife.
But if I was that type of nigga, I'll go after your wife or one of your daughters. You have a blessed life, partner.
Woo. Tense moments, y'all. Tension. A lot of tense moments in that video. Some really hard times in Black Lovistan, man. I'm trying to tell you. I found some really, really tough moments coming out of Black Lovistan lately. We got to talk about these things, y'all. We have to talk about the hard times in Black Lovistan. Because it's not all beauty. It's not all, you know, love and happiness like the Al Green song. It's not. It's drama. It's drama and bitter bitches.
Have my kids. I don't even appreciate that. I have specifically told you for the past couple days not to let Nico see my kids, and you keep doing it.
I understand that, Kid, but y'all gotta get this thing together.
Okay.
Because he want to see his kids.
And I get that, but right now I don't want him to see my kids, and you sit here and let him barge in here and get my kids, bro.
Kid,
like, that's crazy.
First of all, who you calling bro?
You. Like, it don't even make sense. Like, why I gotta go through all this with you too? Like, it made me not want to have my kids around you either.
Kid, let me tell you something.
What?
There's so many men out there that want to be in their kids' life, but you are one of those people.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are,
Kid. Like, shut up because you
Oh, Kid. Hey, that's fine. Why you don't be talking to my mama like that, Kid?
I don't care how tall you are.
Kid, you've been doing that for the longest. Calm down with that. Be respectful.
I don't care. They're my grandkids. They're my grandkids. First of all, I'm still on the who you telling to shut up.
You. At the end of the
Kid, I got a whole cup of water right here. Keep playing with me.
I don't care. At the end of the day, those are my kids. If I don't want him to be around, want them to be around Nico, do not let my kids over there. How you even let him in here? Why you even let him
The man barged in here, Kid.
Why
he
you
barged in
open the
here?
door?
Because he said it's Nico, and these are that's hurting his kids here.
Okay, so what?
And I already said it's your kids.
What I say?
Now, mind you, grandma says that's hurting the kids, and she says, so what? That is the answer. So what? Because, you know, these are my kids, and you got to do what I say. You know what I realized, too? I was thinking about this earlier when I first found this video. Like, people have a very abusive relationship to power in general, because most people don't ever get an opportunity to exercise any meaningful power in their life. And for the average person, like, having a child is the most power you can ever exercise in life, because you literally have another human being that has to do what you tell them, right? And sometimes that shit goes to your head. And I imagine too, especially like the whole culture of single motherhood really is just a lifelong power trip, right? It's like a 20-year power trip, because you have this other person here who they have to listen to you or else, right? And then there's no other person that's allowed to really get in the middle of that. Well, except for the father of the children, which you could just get rid of that nigga and then live your power trip. And that's really what I think a lot of women get caught up in, is just the raw, naked power trip of it all, where you can't tell me nothing. Who gonna check me, boo?
I don't have to do what you say. This between y'all two. Y'all need to get this thing together, because he's going to be in their life for 18 plus years. Period.
They are my kids as well, and you're my mama. At the end of the day, you're supposed to do exactly what I tell you to do when you got my kids, not Nico. Nico don't run anything when it comes to them.
Kia.
Have my kids. I don't even appreciate that. I have specifically told you for the past couple days not.
So what did
For real. And say this one more time. You and Nico gonna have to get yourselves together, because them kids need their daddy. Period.
They do.
Okay, well, you need to stop. For real. And tell me shut up again. But I'm gonna tell you this. Get yourself together. You and Nico gonna have to get this stuff together, because at the end of the day, you are raising a little boy and a little girl.
Okay.
And it makes a difference when a daddy is in your lives, not just a mama.
Okay, you ain't gotta say that. Okay.
Yes, I do have to say that.
Like I said, stop giving my kids to Nico. Did you know Nico cheated?
No, I did not.
Did you know that Nico went to Florida with somebody? Those are the reasons why I don't want my kids around him. He took his other son somewhere else and then take my kids.
Hold up now. Hold up now. Oh shit, we back to the cheating again. God damn it. Nigga cheated and he went to Florida with another bitch. God damn it, it's over. You cheat on a woman, you can never see your kids again. I don't make the rules, all right? I'm just reporting from the war front. You get some new coochie, you can never see your kids again. What did I tell you earlier? Would you rather be right, or would you rather see your children again? Would you rather be right, or would you rather? hug your children again. Because you can be right. You can stand on your principle as a man, but you ain't never going to see these little kids ever again.
I don't appreciate that. And you basically siding with him over me.
Well, I didn't know he cheated, Kia. I didn't know that.
He did. That's why he probably came over here with attitude.
But kids still don't mean the fact that you don't have to let him see his kids, though.
Yep. He can't see them until I let them see him. And now he got my kids wherever he went over there with Avery.
You see what I mean about a power trip? Now, and you think about it, like in the grand course of her life, she will never be able to flex a bigger muscle than this right here, right? This is about as big as her dick can ever get in life. And she will die before she gives that up. And you know, being a man who has a dick, I understand the power of wanting to keep your dick, but this dick is not yours by right, all right? This is the most power you can ever have, and you don't want to ever give it up.
I don't even want him over there with her.
I don't know. I'm just saying, I mean, the man just came over here, so I just thought it was okay. But then when you told me to not let them go with him, I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
I know what's going on. And if I told you that I'm picking up my kids, then why would you let Nico get them?
Kid, I can't stop a grown man from getting his kids.
You should have opened the door when he said Nico in the first place.
She want grandma to fight your baby daddy now? Or even better, grandma call the police on the baby daddy, because, you know, that's going to help things. That'll make it all better, right? If grandma helps the baby daddy. I mean, grandma get the baby daddy locked up.
Was I supposed to tell you that if I didn't tell you Nico was coming, why would you open the door?
Kia, the man.
I don't hear you.
Kia, the man bossed in here. When I was trying to get the kids from him, he would not let me get the kids.
Okay.
Now Granny playing victim. You see the very subtle switch up, right? Now Granny playing victim. It went from those his kids, he the father. What do you mean he can't watch his kids? Now he took the kids. Now they working on a police report together.
A grown man for getting his kids.
You should have opened the door when he said Nico in the first place. Was I supposed to tell you that if I didn't tell you Nico was coming, why would you open the door?
Yeah, she was doing good, wasn't she, Carmen? She was doing really good. But, you know, girl power kicked in. Baby mama had to figure out the right combination of words to get the girl power chip to activate. And she said, cheated, and boom, girl power chip reset. That's all it was. She just had to mention that he cheated, and he did some shit with his other kids, and he didn't do it with my kids. And now, girl power chip, go.
Kia, the man.
I don't hear you.
Kia, the man bossed in here. When I was trying to get the kids from him, he would not let me get the kids.
Okay.
What else I'm supposed to do?
Not call the police? Yes. Because he cannot see them right now.
Okay, so call the police.
I don't even know where my kids are.
He can take them kids anywhere. If I call the police, what are you talking about?
I don't know where my kids are. I don't know where it is. All because of you.
No, it's not all because of me.
So now I have to put myself in a position to where you can't see my kids.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, that's the game, isn't it? Lock them kids in the basement so nobody can look at them.
Yes, I do.
Don't do that.
Why?
For real, you know, you're not going to keep my grandkids from me. That's going to cause a whole problem.
Okay, well, let it be a problem.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole problem. And you can't come to my house then. If my grandkids can't.
That's fine. That's fine.
For real, quit playing with me.
Like I said, she would rather burn the world down than give up that little bit of a power that she has, because it's the only real power in life she's ever going to have for the most part. It's not like she's going to be in charge of a large division. It's not going to be like 100 men that work for her that depend on her decision-making. She's never going to have real power in life. Most of the decisions that she makes will never matter in the grand scheme of things, right? But she has this one power. This one trick, right? She has this one trick, one muscle, and she's going to flex it all the time.
I'm about to go.
I don't care. Well, go then.
I'm about to go. Because
for real, go then.
I'm leaving. This is crazy.
No, it ain't crazy. You need to get yourself together, man.
You would rather give up a free blood relative babysitter. You know how valuable that is? A free blood relative babysitter. Because you know you're not giving grandma no money like that. That's not how that works. You don't give grandma a lot of money to watch the kids, all right? A free blood relative babysitter. You rather give that up because you want a power trip. Because apparently niggas ain't shit. It's amazing. Really is amazing. Beautiful culture, isn't it? Wonderful, wonderful community.
Talking about I can't see my grandkids. Man, what the hell you think you are?
There is a deplorable and disgusting and dehumanizing image
I forgot about this one, y'all. I forgot about this one. My bad.
floating around that is supposed to represent Megan Thee Stallion and her ex relationships. It was created by someone who hates Black women. And I want to encourage Black women as a collective not to repost, share, or even clip or include this image in your content, even if you are defending Megan, because you are giving it exposure. You are making it more visible. And this image should not fucking exist. So it does not deserve any viewership. If you see this image, do not decide to make a video with it included in the video. Please, I implore you. Just to, like, even if it's just to protect Megan, she does not need this. She doesn't deserve it. It plays into purity culture. It is dehumanizing. It's defamation because they don't know who she's had intimate relations with. Just because you date somebody doesn't mean you're intimate with them. If you see this image, please do not use it in your content. You can talk about it. You can talk about how disgusting it is. You can talk about how harmful it is, but don't use the image. Please, I implore you, do not use this image. There is a deplorable and disgusting and dehumanizing.
Now, I showed you guys the meme on before. Yeah, it's funny stuff, but you know, whatever. I want to share. Well, first of all, I don't even have a way to introduce this type of subject matter. I'm just gonna give it to you raw with no chaser. Like, what the hell are you niggas even on? And it's got to be Atlanta. I feel like only Atlanta niggas are like this, y'all. Tell me if I'm wrong. If you want to blame this on another city, you feel free. I'm putting this on Atlanta, and I don't think I need to explain why. Am I wrong for just automatically blaming Atlanta? Do you guys have a better city that this should be from? This could be from anywhere. Maybe they live in San Francisco. I don't know. I feel like there's some like ATL subculture type shit. /gaytl.
Oh, hell no. Right? Don't drop it either. I feel like she gonna do something if you do.
You can't do that, man. Your ass up. That's not your neck, what?
I gotta say, this has to be the worst generation of men ever. Y'all don't know how to build shit. They don't want to protect the women.
Nigga, isn't that you? Wait a minute. Was that you? That looked like you in the same actual shirt. That nigga, I know this nigga is not making a "you don't do shit for Black women" video.
Oh, hell no. Right? Don't drop it either. I feel like she gonna do something if you do.
You can't do that, man. Your ass up. That's not your neck, what?
I gotta say, this has to be the worst generation of men ever.
Then I tell you, look how they treat their simps, y'all. This is how Black women treat their simps, y'all. Remember what I said about plastic army men? And look, she literally playing with him like a toy. Remember the green plastic army men. This is why I called them that, because they're just little cheap disposable toys. She probably got like another 11 of them at home because they're cheaper by the dozen. Little green army men. I'm telling you, it's crazy. This is how they treat their simps, y'all. And then they wonder why the other men don't want to be a simp. Because you don't even respect your simps.
You can't do that, man. Go ahead, so take that off your neck. Sit off your neck, what?
I gotta say, this has to be the worst generation of men ever. Y'all don't know how to build shit. They don't want to protect the women. And the worst part about it is we got men submitting to women. You're supposed to be a leader. How can you expect to lead a woman if you're getting down on your knees begging a bitch to stay with you? I gotta be honest, man. I don't care how bad my life gets. You will never in your life ever.
This gotta be trolling, bro. This gotta be some type of high level 3-digit IQ trolling I am not accustomed to, because this is ridiculous, bro.
I gotta be honest, man. I don't care how bad my life gets. You will never in your life ever see me get down on my knees to beg a bitch ever.
5 minutes later.
Yo. You're a freak. What a nice day, right? You're a freak. What a nice day. What the fuck? Dude. No.
Literally showing off for the white women. I like how it ended. Look at the end. Look at the subtlety. You know, you have to study film to pick up on these cues, right? Literally showing off for the white women.
Dude. No.
Which brings me back to one of my favorite OG memes. All these niggas gonna be yours one day, Keisha. Tell me I'm not the truth. Tell me this is not some real shit. Like, I have an eye for these things, all right? I meme reality into existence, y'all. This is exactly what the meme was about. All these niggas gonna be yours one day, Keisha. And look at Keisha now. Look at Keisha now. Beautiful work, y'all. Beautiful work.
What a nice day, right? You're a freak. What a nice day. What the fuck? Dude. No.
Plot twist. White girl said, I need to get one of those for me. You know, girls love to follow a trend. Bitches are nothing if not trendy. Hold on, we got like 1 or 2 more videos to go through before I get out of here. Though. I gotta run this one for you. Shout out to Japan. For some reason, the Japanese have merged with right-wing American Twitter. So now there's like a right-wing based Japanese, right-wing based American Twitter alliance right now. And it's great. It's great. The Japanese really are America's best friend, all right? Fuck Britain. You guys are gay and full of weirdos now. Japan is America's #1 ally. They totally forgave us about those bombs and all that stuff. They're totally chill now. It's good. It's good shit. It's good shit.
Tell me your wife is Japanese without telling me your wife is Japanese.
Good morning. So it's 7 in the morning. I am heading out to work. Look what my wife prepared for me. So we have here some bentos, some towels, some snacks. She even prepared my shoes. And look.
This is why dudes be wanting to get a wife from another country, bro.
Tell me.
Japanese women, I was not familiar with your game.
Tell me your wife is Japanese without telling me your wife is Japanese.
Good morning. So it's 7 in the morning. I am heading out to work. Look what my wife prepared for me. So we have here some bentos, some towels, some snacks. She even prepared my shoes. And look, she left me this tiny note here. It says, Eat well, restaurant, eh? Work, gambatte. Gomenne, I woke you up. That's it. Arigato for preparing all this thing. Wifey days.
Oh, look at Japanese wifey. Oh, they're a cute couple.
Anyway, I'm heading out to work. Arigato. Bye bye.
Okay. No increase, please. That is the whole list for him to do. You know how you leave out the house and your wife gives you a list of things? No injuries. That's all I want from you. No injuries. That's it. Can you not get hurt today, please? I love you. Bye. Mwah. Great shit. Great shit. All right, back to reality though. Back to reality. That Japanese marriage was just a fantasy. And honestly, most of you niggas are black, so you don't deserve that shit anyway.
So
this is for you. All right? You are a nigga. This is what you get. This is what you deserve. This is your future. This is your curse. Own it and love it.
So, ladies, you know how we have that running joke, right? That the meaner you are to that man, the better he gonna act, right? The meaner you are to him, the better he's going to behave, right? The meaner you are,
the meaner you are, the better he's gonna behave. And then women wonder why black women get punched in the forehead so often. This is why bitches are getting punched in the forehead all the time. And they haven't a clue. They can't even connect the dots. Probably because they keep getting hit in the forehead.
You are, the tighter the program, the better results you receive from said man. It's not a joke no more. It's not a joke. Nope. You got 30 minutes, in fact, because the meaner the women of today become will increase the better quality of men for tomorrow. Amen. And I'm talking scientifically.
Scientifically, right? Scientifically. You niggas don't even understand how to do science correct.
But if man had to find out that his God was a woman,
I say the black woman is God, and
black woman is God.
I say the black woman is God.
The black woman is God because, you know, she was the first organism on this planet.
You niggas don't understand first organism scientific principles and shit.
30 minutes, in fact, because the meaner the women of today become will increase the better quality of men for tomorrow. Amen. And I'm talking scientifically. Scientific evidence supports this. The more aggressive you women get, the better quality of men you will have to pick from tomorrow. And if
femicide rates go brr. That's all I can tell you, young lady. The femicide rates are gonna go brr. It's gonna be like the money counter machine.
we really gonna take it all the way there? Even a man will tell you. Even a man will tell you he like his women mean. He like his girl mean. He like.
You know what's crazy? There are a handful of black dudes who actually do say that shit, though. There are a handful of black guys. I've heard them say, I like my women mean.
And I think this has a lot to do with being these guys being their mother's son. If I could just sum it up, when you're raised by your mom, you're a different man.
This is like a pro-black skill set that I've never picked up, but I just don't know how to be nice to mean bitches, bro. And I am not interested in learning either.
Like it. He knows that that's the woman he needs by his side to actually build whatever empire he envisions. He knows this. They'll either say it straight out, listen, my girl mean as shit, she mean as fuck. Or they'll make a joke about it, you know, oh, nobody hates on you harder than your girl. But at the end of the day, that's the woman he chooses to make his wife because he know. He can't do shit with that soft woman. You know exactly the kind of soft I'm talking about. Please, let's not play that semantics game here, okay? Okay. And now commences the part where I give you the scientific evidence so that you could use in future arguments. You are welcome.
Oh shit, we about to get a black girl science lesson. First we had black girl magic, but you niggas didn't believe in the magic. So now we're gonna do black girl science, y'all.
According to the National Institutes of Health, Lund University, and the PubMed Central, female aggression, female rejection actually acts as a stimulant that helps trigger evolution and helps shapes the characteristic traits of males. Last year, it was made aware that it's actually human males that experience this overwhelming sensation to reproduce, which makes sense considering that is the standard with all males across all species everywhere. Their entire
Think about the. I think this is maybe more unique for human species because for I think, I'm not sure, but I think the orgasm itself is maybe unique to the human species. I don't know that most animals truly have pleasurable sex the way humans do. That being said, men want to reproduce and women just want to fuck. Literally, that's it. Think about what she's saying here. Men have a drive to reproduce, right? But women have a high sexual desire as well. It's just not for actual reproduction. This is like biological evidence that women are sluts, by the way.
Acts as a stimulant that helps trigger evolution and helps shapes the characteristic traits of males. Last year, I was made aware that it's actually human males that experience this overwhelming sensation to reproduce, which makes sense considering that is the standard with all males across all species everywhere. Their entire existence is to reproduce. But see, the human male was able to convince the human female into believing that that biological clock that he hears ticking away in his fucking system belonged to her, when that was a fucking lie. That biological clock was never for us. We have other things that we can contribute to the world aside from children. So now it makes sense when you think about it, that if a female rejects a male, that he would evolve into becoming exactly what she would accept. Because the whole point is for what? Him to get accepted by her so that he can what? Reproduce. And now we read the scientific evidence. Boom, female aggression acts as a powerful driver in the evolution of male characteristics by forcing males to adapt to competition, resistance, and male choice constraints, according to studies of various species. While male-to-male competition is a well-studied driver of evolution, accumulating evidence indicates that female competition and aggression, often overlooked, shapes male traits over generations. But I specifically got to bring you ladies to the bulletin point where they're talking about the...
I want you to understand the fundamental revelation that we're getting right here, okay? Women are now going to rely on so-called scientific evidence to be even bigger bitches. Science proves that she's a cunt.
Mate choice and quality control. In some species, such as fish, right? Aggressive females may reject inferior males, promoting the evolution of better adapted, higher quality males. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. Men truly think with their penis, and their penis tells them to reproduce. Their penis tells them make babies, make babies, make babies. And they're always looking for somebody to do what? Make some fucking babies. If you reject them, don't get me wrong, violence will also increase.
And there it is. And there it is. They are literally, they would rather die. And I think, you know, this is a funny reality of the female psyche. Women would rather die than be paired up with men they don't like, which I can respect that. I can respect that, but, you know, sucks to be you. Now get back in the kitchen. But she really did kind of just come around to the conclusion of it all. Like, violence will increase.
Get back in the kitchen.
I hit a woman for the first time in my life, and I'm having fun.
Men truly think with their penis, and their penis tells them to reproduce. Their penis tells them make babies, make babies, make babies. And they're always looking for somebody to do what? Make some fucking babies. If you reject them, don't get me wrong, violence will also increase. But if we stand strong long enough, they will adapt because their penis is literally pulling them to us.
You know, I was recently, I came across some a clip on YouTube just like yesterday or this morning where, I don't know, some big brain white guy was talking about how historically, we don't like to acknowledge this, but human sexuality from a historical standpoint included a whole lot more aggressive rape than we ever like to be, we like to really be present with. And I think she's really underestimating the power of the male drive, right? That same male sex drive that she's playing around with, it's literally the thing that makes us go to war. And when men go to war, women have a really, really hard time. The last place you want to be is a lone woman confronting men who are in war mode, all right? God help you.
And we're not just talking about their behavioral characteristic traits. We're also talking about physical. You see how these men now are getting smaller, shorter, more curvy, less bass in their voice, no Adam apple, no facial hair, no connecting beard, no nothing. You will literally foster, trigger with our female rejection, better quality of men to be produced because they have to now meet the expectation. They have to meet.
You could also just trigger a massive civil war. It could be like the 2027 war for coochie. Like, you really could just trigger a crazy civilizational debilitating civil war. You have no idea what these retarded men are capable of, all right? We're going to be in the middle of like World War Coochie, sitting in a foxhole talking about what zero coochie does to a nigga. Like, this is it. This is what zero coochie does to a nigga. We all fight.
You understand whatever the rubric is to get accepted to do what? Reproduce. This is why most man haters, you know, have a husband, have a man that act right. This is why the meanest fucking girl you know, woman you know, has been in the longest, healthiest, you understand, long-term relationship that you fucking know.
That actually applies more to abusive men, but you chicks think you're men. The rules for men don't work the same as the rules for women.
This is the reason why. This is the reason why.
Actually, you know what? That just might be a dynamic of abusive relationships in general, because it's always going to be the dominant and the submissive. And if as a male you wind up in a submissive role, then yeah, you probably are just going to be taking a lot of shit for a long time because you can't change it.
It's because she's mean. It's because she's mean. And if you want to increase, you understand, the better quality of men that your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-great-granddaughter will have to.
Whoa, get out of here. Real history. Hood, Sarah L. said in the chat, says, Hood, there were grape wars in Japan in the 80s, I believe, by the Chinese. That would make sense that it would be by the Chinese because they're like an ethnic minority in a very hostile foreign land. And, you know, what zero coochie does to a nigga is you do not want to see. As a civilization, Western culture does not want to see what zero coochie does to a nigga. I mean, that's really like Western civilization's biggest problem with Islam. You have a lot of men in Islam who just get zero access, zero opportunity for coochie, and then they wind up in Europe where half the women are walking around with bikinis and crop tops and shit on, you know. The niggas can't take that. They never seen a nipple in their life, and you're here just free balling your titties now. Like, of course they do crazy things.
To pick from, all of the women of today collectively have to make the decision to be mean. Be mean. And really quick, let me touch on the violence because
you know what's crazy? That's another thing too. It's almost like if they keep that stuff, do you want the men to go gay too? Like, is that what you want? You want the men to turn inward onto each other? I don't think we want to run this experiment. No matter which way it goes, it's not going to be pretty.
Those are the two options that the men have, right? The males have when they are faced with female aggression, female rejection. They'll either get violent or they're going to get with the program, right? In the event that they actually get violent, like I stated, sacrifices have to be made. You know what I mean? But
I think she's talking about fat bitches. She is willing to sacrifice every fat bitch until you niggas get in order. All right. I think that's what it's going, because she's not talking about her. She can't imagine she'd ever have to be the sacrifice, but all of you fat bitter bitches, hey man, sometimes you got to break a couple of eggs. It is what it is.
You understand the better quality of men that your daughter, your granddaughter, your great-great-granddaughter will have to pick from. All of the women of today collectively have to make the decision to be mean. Be mean. And really quick, let me touch on the violence because those are the two options that the men have, right? The males have when they are faced with female aggression, female rejection. They'll either get violent or they're going to get with the program, right? In the event that they actually get violent, like I stated, sacrifices have to be made. You know what I mean? But if we continue on, the long-term result is actually decreasing male aggression. In the bulletin point labeled Redefining Male Bias Power Structures, it talks about these species of bonobos, right? How when the female...
Damn it, Turd Flinging Monkey was so right about this shit, bro. I remember years ago, before TFM totally quit YouTube, I think he was calling it something like bonobo theory or something like that. They effectively want to reduce the aggressive male population to something like a bonobo culture, right? And if you don't know, bonobos are a very like rare species of chimpanzee. Where like recently there was like a crazy chimpanzee war happening like in the last 2 or 3 weeks. It was going crazy on Twitter. And chimpanzees are very violent little creatures out in their own world, right? Don't think Michael Jackson and Bubbles. Like Bubbles was a house chimp. Real chimps are savage and violent. And there was a chimpanzee war where they were going around literally hunting each other. I think it started from like one giant chimp super pack that like the alpha died, and then it kind of split up into factions, and then it broke down into civil war, right? The point being is that bonobos are notoriously peaceful chimps, right? Because the bonobos happen to inhabit a region with almost zero natural predators and no other chimps around at all. And so they've kind of created what's effectively a gay utopia for chimpanzees, right? Where there's literally a little bit of homosexual culture in the bonobos, right? And thinking about how bonobos are compared to the rest of chimp culture, that is exactly what women are attempting to do with men, turn us into bonobos. And the first time I've ever heard that was years ago, listening to TFM, Turd Flinging Monkey.
Fold is actually decreasing male aggression. In the bulletin point labeled Redefining Male Bias Power Structures, it talks about these species of bonobos, right? How when the females banded together, keyword, banded together, right? When they are displaying female aggression, that it actually acts as a counteract towards male dominance and male aggression, suppressing the dominant males, shaping social dominance hierarchies, which can, over time...
She thinks the women are going to band together to keep the men down. And you know what? I might have to come back to this video because there was some content I wanted to do about female supremacy and female dominance. And I might have to come back to this tomorrow because I got a bigger discussion I want to have around this. We might open up the show, get a panel going. I haven't had a panel in a while. I'm kind of busy trying to keep it high and tight.
Select for reduced aggression in males. The more that you actually stand 10 toes down on this, on being mean, on rejecting them, it's actually going to evolve. It's going to call for the evolution of less angrier, less aggressive men. So I guess the men weren't lying when they said that we had to be better. We had to be stronger. We had to pick better, right?
Ernest Hemingway, that's an interesting observation. She's a psycho like me, yet I have actual conscience on the righteous side, I guess because I'm a male. Quite literally because you're a male. We recently discovered that among the many benefits of having testosterone, it acts as the justice hormone in men. Testosterone is the hormone that motivates us to make righteous determination. You know, this is why morality is not really a female concept. I've said this before. Morality is almost a uniquely male concept. It's not that women can never understand morality, but it takes men to actually conceive of and enforce morality. And this is also why, like earlier in the show, when an interesting question was posed to me, and I was like, you know what, I'm not going to decide. I'm stuck. The men in the chat took the moral position of it would be better for us to die than for you to have to suffer that indignity, right? This is a very male-coded behavior. You don't see that from women very often, and you never see it exercised as like a broad phenomenon. It's almost always a weird one-off that chicks never repeat in mass, right? Whereas like male morality is dependable. Like the very idea of a posse. You ever think about like what a posse meant back in the day, like in the Wild West, where like, you know, some guy was out stealing horses or cows or even women, right? And you go into the town and you say, hey, men, there's a man stealing our shit. And you know what all the men do? Now all the men are compelled to come together and create a justice mob, a justice league, if you will, and then go defend the property of some guy who might not even be in the group, right? But men are compelled to morality because it's in us as men to hold, to police the borders of civilization. Women don't really have that innate call. And so morality for women doesn't really register at all. This is why they say women have what they call care-based morality. Ms. Cantrell says morality isn't a female concept because we are in a state of vulnerability, evolving to be escapist over benevolent survival. Exactly my point. This is also why I say, like, it requires a level of strength to even be moral. Like, you're not a moral person if you did the good thing because you had no other options or abilities, right? Like, you cannot truly conceive of morality unless you have the ability and the desire to kill and then choose otherwise for higher principles. Like, that is literally the basis of morality. Like, I can do this thing to you. I might even want to do this thing to you, but I will choose to not do this thing to you because there is a higher principle at stake that I have to actually respect, right? That is actually how morality works. But again, you have to be in the position to you know, wield the sword of Damocles to truly understand it. Like, perfect example, right? And as men, as young boys, we learn this position through fighting as boys, right? As an adult man, you understand that every fight between two strange men is by default a fight to the death. It just is. Any confrontation you get into with an adult man is a fight to the death by default. Because if you lose that fight, you now have to depend on whether or not that man will uphold some moral standard to not actually stomp you while you're down, to not kick you in the head while you're down, right? And this is why a lot of black folk get a lot of heat, because black folk like to jump people and kick them in the head and all that shit. That little moral line goes out the window. There is no gentleman's rules with a lot of people. You have to train little boys to not do that, right? This is why we have, you know, chivalry and the Geneva Convention, because men who are proficient at killing decided that there actually have to be rules about this, or we are literally no better than the animals. But anyway, that's my rant on morality. And that's pretty much the end of today's show. We're coming close to 4 hours, and I just can't go the full 4. I'm running out of stamina. But I think we did a lot of good work today. I think we had a lot of good moments. We even learned a lesson about morality and science and shit. It was girl science, but still, it was science, you know, educational shit. Hypergamy, by definition, shows lack of morality. Yeah. And again, this is why feminists are not wrong when they've said that historically women were oppressed, right? But the fact is, if men didn't oppress women historically, we wouldn't have anything. The fact that we have anything worth having is because a long time ago, we started oppressing women and we never looked back until like the 1920s. We literally didn't look back until the 19th Amendment. That's why I did a stream the other a week or so ago, you know, do women even need all these rights anyway? Do they really need all these rights? But you know, I think like that. Something weird about me, I guess.
And I think this has a lot to do with being these guys being their mother's son. If I could just sum it up, when you're raised by your mom, you're a different man.
Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you all for the support. I thank you all for the donations. It's been a long run, but we're done. We finally made it to the end of today's show. I thank you all for tuning in once again. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time, but I do it and we get it done and we have a good time on the way. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help Black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.